Service.com.
Service at home, service at heart, Loveline Services.
Running a business is hard enough. Don't make it harder with dozens of apps that don't talk to each other. One for sales, another for inventory, a separate one for accounting. That's software overload. Odoo is the all-in-one platform that replaces them all. CRM, accounting, inventory, e-commerce, HR, fully integrated and easy to use, and built to grow with your business. Thousands have already made the switch. Why not?
Well, since we can't hear it, I don't entirely know. I've only caught little bits where I was reading it there. But
it's a weird story, though. I don't feel like we know.
We don't.
No.
We don't know jack.
Yeah.
Although I'm not sure they know shit either.
I think Nancy wanted to hide, so she staged this whole thing. She's currently in Bolivia, living it up.
Wouldn't surprise me.
It's amazing how celebrities get all the, the FBI has over 100 agents working on this case, and this and that. And you or me gets kidnapped, and
Yeah, it's 3 days before we're even gonna. Yeah, well, we can't really be sure.
Sure.
Yeah.
Ripped off, bad news. You need advice so you don't have to lose. We'll come running just as fast as we can. Troubleshooter's gonna help the common man.
This is the Troubleshooter Show. Now, Tom Martino.
Welcome, my friends, to the only show of its kind. We're here to solve problems, answer questions, take your complaints. You've been ripped off. If you need help, maybe a bad landlord is giving you the business, as they say, trying to kick you out, make your life miserable. We love exposing people like that. Maybe a contractor. You gave some money down and they never showed up, or they did shoddy work. It doesn't matter. We get directly involved. It's easy, too. You pick up the phone. You dial 303-713-8255. It's car day here on the Troubleshooter Show, by the way. I love car day because I get to see a lot of great people like Rod Greer, Bob Perry. They're both with JFR Cars. They sell cars. My goodness, guys. What do you do mostly? Source or take trade-ins? Where does your inventory come from in general at JFR, besides everywhere?
Well, besides everywhere?
Besides everywhere.
Everywhere. But
where's the most inventory come from? New cars from dealerships?
I'm going to use the auction, and I'm going to use a lot of rental car companies.
So they sell a lot of their cars after X amount of miles?
Oh, yeah.
And do they generally sell, like Enterprise Rent-A-Car, do they generally sell those vehicles while there's still a manufacturer's warranty? Or because they were a rental car, there isn't one? How does that work?
I just picked up a 25 Enterprise Rogue with about 18,000 miles.
Little Nissan?
Yeah. Yeah. And it was 18,000 miles, 2025. So you have the remainder of that warranty.
So you get the full warranty on it.
You get the full warranty.
Is that typical,
remaining.
Bob, is that typical when these guys sell cars, is when the warranty's still in effect so they can sell them easier?
Not really. I mean, I think that's an exception. The rental car companies used to sell all their cars 2 or 3 times a year with very low miles, and then that competed with the new car dealers, so they came out with you can't do it more than once a year.
I see rental cars. I rent cars a lot when we go to out of state, wherever. And I tell you, sometimes you get one that's got less than 1,000 miles on it. Other times you get them, they've got 36, 45,000.
Right.
And those, they're pretty run down. Would you guys say in general, and I know you sell them a lot because you just said that, but in general, something like that would say 18,000 miles. I mean, I get you still get the manufacturer's warranty, but because that vehicle had 100 different drivers, if not more, what do you think about these? You've just had really good luck with them, I assume.
Well, a lot of the cars now must maintain a maintenance schedule. So, and now the rules are getting so tight that if there's anything wrong when you turn that car in, it's being charged back to the owner.
Oh, they charge it. We get that call all the time.
Yeah.
I mean, it's quite amazing how many times we get the call a week later after turning in a rental car. They notice your credit card's dinged for $1,000 for something.
Right.
It doesn't even matter what it is.
Right.
A windshield or a tire or something. And it's like, well, wait a minute. Why didn't you tell me that when I returned the car. You acted like everything was cool.
and then we have the Carfax, basically, and that Carfax will kind of give you an idea of the maintenance behind the vehicle and what.
I think I saw you pulled up out front. Was that Rogue? Were you driving it?
No.
What did you drive in today?
I drove in a Chevy 1500.
Someone drove in a little Rogue. I saw the one you're driving, the car you always drive.
Right.
Kevin, what'd you drive today? Your pickup?
Yeah, pickup truck. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's Kevin Calkin. Any car questions you have. And then, of course, Jeff Vick, Kimmer Transmission. You know, guys, I read something that Trump signed yesterday, and I absolutely love it. And I wonder if you guys could now legally turn off.
Disable the start-stop
Can you?
nonsense. I hope so.
I mean, the start-stop is now gone. Now, I guess a lot of other things that were regulated are gone, too. But one of the biggest pain in the butts for a car on a hot day, I don't care. I can't even imagine if you lived in Phoenix or somewhere.
Oh, yeah.
But you come to a stoplight, it turns off to save a little bit of gas. All of a sudden, the AC's not blowing. Even here in Colorado, it does it.
Yep.
It's not blowing that cold anymore. And then when you hit the gas, the whole thing starts up again.
Yep.
Now that is
And you
no
sit there at the
longer
light and
needed.
play with it. I do. I take my foot off the brake all the time trying to get it to stay running.
You know what drives me nuts, though, is it defaults. The car that I had was a Sonata, and it defaulted to that setting. You could override it and tell it not to do that, but you couldn't default it to where it wouldn't do it.
That's why a lot of people actually, the little bread clips that hold your
Exactly what I was
baggie
gonna
together,
say.
they snip it off, they push the button in, wedge that in there so that the button's continuously depressed and it won't react.
So they basically default it to off.
Yeah, permanently.
Can you guys go in there and with a programmer and turn these things off or any of those things out there? Because prior to yesterday, you guys would get in big trouble.
Yep.
That's basically tampering with emissions.
With emissions, exactly. I'm not sure. To be
It's
honest,
just too new.
something we got to look into, yeah.
You know, I was thinking back in the day, like around 2004 or 5, I remember going to Mexico and we rented a Volkswagen Bug. And it was the old Herbie the Love Bug. And it was brand new. I mean, it had, 400 or 500 miles on it. It was brand new. We rented it, and they were dirt cheap there. You know why they were so dirt cheap to buy? Because they didn't need cats. They didn't have the same emission standards that we did. So you could buy a vehicle over there that you could buy here. Now, that particular Volkswagen, I don't know why they didn't sell that in the U.S. They sold that newer looking one. This literally looked like the old school one, but it was brand new. You could buy it for probably $10,000 less.
Mm-hmm. Oh, absolutely. They call it gray market. Because you can import them, but you got to jump through so many hoops
to get them over here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just amazed by it, guys. Honestly, I am so glad regulations are rolling back. What are your thoughts on it?
If it works, I'm
Just
all
with
for
cars.
it. If it works, I'm all for it. But you can't prove that it works. Like even the emission testing in this state. The emissions here are the same as they are in Wyoming, and they don't have emission testing. Why is that?
I don't know. Colorado Springs doesn't have emission
The cars
testing.
are getting newer and the technology's getting better.
They're just better.
It's not testing. Testing's not doing a thing to fix emissions. It's just another.
I always thought it
another
was
expense.
basically a way of allowing Big Brother to really decide what kind of electricity we buy.
Sure.
And decide what we should be doing. I mean, I've just always kind of looked at it that way. It was more of a control grab than actually helping out, because I've always just wondered, common sense says, if we have a lot of gases going up, hurting the ozone, well, we share that same ozone with China and everybody else. Mm-hmm. So if everybody else is doing it, I have no idea how us not doing it, but yet they're doing it affects anything.
Well, we're supposed to be the trendsetter.
And then how about just cost of goods? Think of everything shipped in a tractor trailer. Think of everything. Everything. What do you have to put in there besides diesel? And for the life of me, somebody explain why diesel costs more than gasoline. Isn't it less refined? Shouldn't it cost less, or am I
When they went
incorrect?
to the lower sulfur fuels, it actually increased the cost of the product itself, of manufacturing it. So that's why it bumped it up.
So that's why it's up. Are you talking about death?
No. They removed a lot of the sulfur from the fuel, which is an expensive process.
I gotcha. And then they did that once again, EPA regulations.
Yep.
So that was the first part. Then they enacted DEF to where not only do you have to gas up with the expensive diesel fuel now,
Now
but
you
you also have to gas up with DEF.
Yep, you got to put 2-3 gallons in every, I don't know, 2 tanks.
Yeah, but
3
think
tanks.
of the big rigs. I mean, you're talking a lot more than that.
And you can't, you just don't see when those regenerate as you're going down the highway. There's all kinds of stuff coming out the tailpipe.
It's expensive too, man.
Yeah,
when
but
we
it's
fill up
not
our RV,
fixing
it's
anything.
very expensive.
I know when I go into regen, like if I'm climbing up, Crow Hill or something, and I've got to step into it, I'm leaving a cloud of white smoke behind me.
Absolutely. So, yeah, the saving on emissions, it's creating emissions just differently.
Just a different kind of emissions.
Yep.
Well, I'll be curious where we see cars going. You guys sell cars. Do you see this bringing prices down? If they don't have to be as green as they did not long ago, I mean, really, that should drop the price.
I would think so.
Or they don't pass it on to the consumer.
That's
So,
the whole.
let's say a car costs $2,000 less to build. That doesn't mean we're going to have a $2,000 discount.
No, not right away anyway.
They'll throw you
not right away.
a couple $100 or something. They'll keep it right.
God,
That
I'd love.
affects the used car values when they lower the price on new cars, which is not a good thing.
Yeah. All right, let's do this. Let's take a break. We got lines open. We'd love to hear from you. 303-713-8255. Any questions you have, it's Car Day. And your thoughts, seriously, your thoughts on basically emissions and what happened yesterday. I am so happy what do you guys call that? Trump called it the stupid thing that turns cars on and off at stoplights.
They just call it a start.
Just a start-stop. How many times over the years have we heard people bitch about
I
that?
hate that.
I mean, hundreds of times. All right, 303-713-8255.
My button's not working either. I don't know if the microphone is, but
iHeartRadio.
Olympics update.
The U.S. women's hockey team
Say that
continues
again.
its gold medal quest today
You don't
against
know
host
if yours
country
is
Italy in the
working.
quarterfinals. The Stars and Stripes went 4-0
Are they all working?
play. Team USA's Caroline Harvey says they're a close group.
It's special. Like this group, we really love one another. We have one another's back.
Meanwhile, the men's hockey team, after yesterday's 5-1 opening win over Latvia, are preparing to face Denmark tomorrow.
For NBC's live coverage from Italy, search Olympics on the free iHeartRadio app.
K&H Home Improvements. You guys realize they have been around since 1956. What does that mean? That means the company is there and it's there to stay. So if you buy windows or doors or siding, they're going to be there if you have a problem. I love this company. If you're looking for high-end windows because you have a mountain house, like Alpine High Performance products that are built right here in Colorado for homes in Colorado, or if you're looking for beautiful entry doors or sliders, these guys do it all. They also now have K&H Painting Pros. Give them a call, 303-421-7100, or check them out at khwindows.com. Fix it 24/7. I'll tell you, you want someone that can do it all. They can fix your furnace. They can fix your water heater. If you have a strange electrical problem, they can trace it down and fix it. These guys are great. We've been talking about them just for years and years and years, well over a decade. If you want a great home service company that can actually fix things and not just try to sell you a new furnace or whatever it happens to be, you want to check these guys out. Go to fixmyhome.com. That's fixmyhome.com. Rhino Shield.
They won't have them as an audience. You know how women are often cold. Kelly, do you find yourself to be kind of cold?
Transmission
once in a while?
business, sir.
Do you? Are you? Kelly? Kelly, are you cold once in a while sitting here?
Shut up, Shannon.
Well, you don't even want to know why you're cold. I have figured out the reason.
Really?
Uh-huh.
Sure. Lay it on me.
God designed women to stand next to a stove. And so when you're not in your natural habitat of the kitchen, you find that you're much colder. You should get back to the oven area and you'll feel better.
How do you explain menopause and hot flashes?
That's you baking bread on your own time.
It's almost like they just dropped everything.
Okay then.
I don't know.
Oh my God.
You know, even though they do stuff like this, if there's California emissions like we have here, or Colorado emission standards, it really doesn't affect us, does it? They might still make it to where if you sell a new car here, you got to have
the
that
auto
on and
start
off
stop.
thing.
Well, the manufacturers have started making them all the same. Instead of California emissions, it's all the same stuff.
The only thing it's really done is it stops the birds from dive bombing cars at intersections.
Yeah.
Because you got lower heat, so the bugs aren't attracted to it, so the birds aren't attracted to the bugs.
Yeah. They're eating, so who cares?
Yeah. I think it's
Really
what caused the avian flu.
The barn swallows don't come out and dive bomb your ride?
Not, ever since they started that auto start stop, you've seen
And by the way,
few of them at intersections.
Barn swallows, a term I don't get to use too often
I
unless
just
I am
don't
back
know
on the farm.
if that amount of time really saves.
It was more than just an
The
occupation.
inefficiency of starting the vehicle, that's the worst time, is when you first start it.
No,
That's
you ever been on a farm?
Yeah.
You know, so if you're going to start it, say you're
He's already
going down
pretty
Colfax,
angry.
you're going to start it 15 times
Angry?
in 10 minutes.
Yeah, a little
As
angry.
opposed to idling for 30 seconds. I don't see the benefit. I don't know.
Yeah. I guess it's not the same mechanism, though, right?
What do you mean?
It's not you're not using a starter.
Oh, yes, you are.
Huh.
Every time.
As soon as you take your foot off the brake is when it restarts,
Yeah,
right?
but no, it's the actual starter,
Yeah, somebody said it bypasses the starter. I thought,
There are some platforms that actually use the alternator.
okay, maybe that's what they.
engage the clutch, and the belt will actually spin the alternator to start.
Okay.
But 99% of them use a starter.
Yeah, it's just one more thing to go out on the car.
Especially, I don't know which one it is, where the starter's inside the transmission.
There's a couple of them out there like that.
Mitsubishi, I think.
Yeah, they've got some of that inside the Infinity. You got it in the Porsche.
You got to pull the tranny to get starter because it's inside the belt housing.
Yeah. Yeah, the Infinity that we did, that one was, I think, 16 hours to change the starter.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, so it's a $5,000 starter.
Oh, wow. And you know it's going out.
Oh,
It's just a matter of time.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's a mechanical device. It's prone to failure just by definition of the word.
Mm-hmm. I need to make a mental note not to buy that car, that Infinity. Well, Infinity they've just had so many problems, though.
Yeah, that's not a good used car.
No.
What we've done is try to dress up a Nissan.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, 303-713-8255. We got lines open. Would love to hear from you. Any problems you have. We have a list of people at referrallist.com, attorneys, everybody is there to help you. And then, of course, Car Day today in studio with me. Kevin Calkin, Sheridan Auto Tech, Jeff Vick. You know, Jeff, I always want to say, because Kimmer Transmission, that's who you bought it from, was Kimmer, right?
No. It was
Where did that name come from?
my ex-wife. Her name was Kim.
Oh.
And I commonly called her Kimmer.
And you called her Kimmer.
I just reminded myself every time
And
I
she
pick up
didn't
the
take
phone
that
that I
in the
didn't do
divorce decree?
No. So, but I reminded. Well, heck, she took my last name in the for the divorce, so why not?
Yeah, why not? And then our good friends at JFR Cars, Rod Greer. Any questions you have on leasing is this guy knows everything about it. And then Bob Perry. I got you two mixed up there, but the real
We kind of look alike.
They look a lot alike.
Yeah, they look exactly alike, actually. You know, I was thinking, guys, I've got a car coming, and it's going to be discontinued as of March. They're no longer going to make it. What is your opinion on buying a car, a model, that is going to be discontinued in about a month?
Well, my question would be, what kind of support are you still going to have in it, though?
Well, the company, it's a Tesla. The company's still going to be around. They say they're going to support it. There's only one example I can give on it. They made a Roadster years ago, like 2010 or 15, that they still have parts and they still support it. But other than that, I don't know of any other examples. I mean, I don't know. What do you guys think? You must have dealt with this with other manufacturers over the years. At some point, didn't Ford get rid of the Taurus? I don't know. Or do they still make it?
Well, did you look at? Sorry, go ahead.
I was just saying that I think the Tesla is the exception rather than the rule.
Why though?
Because you got you're just upgrading the computer on wheels as opposed to parts. Some cars you can't duplicate unless you go to the junkyard.
I would assume the motors they use. I don't know. I don't know if they use that same motor across the whole line. I don't think so. I think the motor in the S and X, which they're getting rid of, is probably different than in the Y. But I don't know. I mean, I do get nervous when I go. I want it and I want to drive it. That's why I'm buying it. I'm not buying it to make money on it. But I get nervous when I do go to sell it because the technology changes so fast in these Teslas every 2 or 3 years. You were saying the upgraded software. That's true. They upgrade it all the time. But about every 3 or 4 years, they upgrade that entire hardware to faster processors, more cameras, different kinds of things for the driving. And I just don't know if I'll have any support whatsoever.
That is interesting.
See, and that's another reason why leasing is good, because when your lease is up, you can give it back. If there's no market for it, you don't have to worry about it.
You just hand it off.
Give it back to them, let them deal with it. If there is a market because they don't make it anymore, you have that advantage of taking the buyout.
So you guys remember Saturn, right?
Well, I was going to say Saturn and Saab both disappeared.
Yeah, what happened to them? Is there any market in the used car? I mean, would you guys even buy a Saab or would you even buy a Saturn these days for resale? Can you even get parts for them, Kevin, when they come in?
Well, the Saturn has a lot of crossover to GM. So you're fortunate.
So the alternator you're going to find.
There's a lot of crossover, but there are some things you cannot
like
get.
A cluster, maybe?
Yeah.
And body parts.
How about like transmissions, Jeff? I don't care what.
For the most part, it depends on which model, but there's a lot of them we cannot touch. You just can't get into them.
So then you're just stuck.
You've got a large paperweight.
You know, we had a call from a lady yesterday or the day before. It was a Toyota, and she's going to be looking at, I think it had something to do with the transmission, but I don't exactly remember. But they've got a faulty part from manufacturing, and they don't have a replacement yet. And they won't put the old one in because it'll just break again. And she's under warranty. And like we hear all the time, I mean, she could be looking at another 4 or 5 months, and it's already been 6 months.
Yep.
So, I mean, there's really nothing you can do, right?
No, and we were talking about that before the show, that Toyota's just been flat out a problem for the last few years.
Period.
As far as parts are concerned, you guys were talking about the availability of cars.
How do you see the economy right now with cars, Jeff? You were talking before the show that it's been, what'd you say, schizophrenic?
It's been schizophrenic, yeah.
Why? What do you mean by that?
I don't know. Everything's coming through in blasts. There's no steady stream of, albeit phone calls or work coming through the door. So, I mean, you get backed up, and it's enough to carry you through, and then you'll get some moments of silence, and then all of a sudden it just bursts back open again.
How about you, Kevin?
Well, the hard part for me is the cost of some of this stuff. We worked on a Ford pickup and replaced all the radiator hoses, $1,000.
Why so high?
Because each hose is over $100.
And they don't have them?
They have quick couplers now, so if you touch one, all the other ones start leaking.
Wow.
So you can't go in and change a hose on a car anymore.
Do you think the manufacturers are starting to design them for that exact reason?
They're designing them to make better, quicker assembly. They can snap them together like a Lego instead of lining up and clamps.
But you can't unsnap them without...
They have O-rings and a coupler, so if it moves or shifts at all, you're going to break that seal, and it may or may not reseal.
How does that work like under a warranty? And I mean an aftermarket warranty. So do they understand that and they pay for the whole thing?
They don't cover it, no.
They don't cover it?
No, they don't care.
That's
preventative, and that's just not part of the repair.
That's absolutely insane, guys.
Yeah.
All right, 303-713-8255. We want to hear from you. I'm going to stay on time today. If it kills me, 303 Martino.
kind of schizophrenic here today. We need to check, make sure the phones are working.
And your mic. It's been slow all week. Not as crazy as you'd think, but we were in Red Rocks, which is way off strip. It's like 40 minutes away. First time we've rented a car in Vegas in so long.
Yeah, because trying to drive down the strip or something is stupid.
Yeah, we always just Uber or whatever. But Red Rocks, each way from the airport's like, it can be $75 each way. So the whole car rental for Friday, Saturday, Sunday, drop off Monday was $110. Just airport and back would have cost more. But we didn't go down to the strip really at all.
Where do you get your rentals from?
That one, I always get it through my Amex card. It happened to be Thrifty. Usually I try to get Hertz. Sometimes Hertz can be double the price everybody else does. I don't know why.
Costco has a discount there.
Do they?
Go on Costco Travel, and they give you a list of,
Yeah.
like at the airport, all 10 places.
I've used Costco before for rental cars for sure, especially if I'm getting one of their packages. Like most of the stuff in Hawaii, you get the airfare, the hotel, and the car.
Well, I like this one because it shows the prices of every car that they all have at the airport.
Yep.
So you can compare,
Ford to Ford or
yeah. Escalade for the same price.
You know what I always try to get, guys? I always try to get something I'm familiar with. So I try to get a Hyundai. I mean, I'm not going to get, I had an electric one time, and I wish I didn't get an electric. And it wasn't a Tesla. It was just a Nissan or something. And it turned out to be a pain in the ass. I didn't realize I had to turn it back in with the same charge like you do gas. And there was no charger.
I don't think I've ever gotten the car that I reserved. You know what I mean? If I, like a Dodge Durango, it's like, yeah, we don't have that, but go pick from one of these three or something.
One of the best scenes in freaking Seinfeld.
What was that? Oh, yeah. Yeah, where he says, you know how to take the reservation, but you don't know the most important part. That's holding the reservation.
Did you get in the, have you ever been in the driverless cars in Vegas?
We did, in Vegas, no. We've done the Wamoos in Atlanta and not Houston, Austin. Quite a few, actually. Susanna and I were probably in 3 or 4 of them, maybe 5.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's got it. Well, not for you. If you have one person waiting for the car, how do you know which one's yours? There's no driver to tell you,
So you...
Like if you come out
No.
You got 3 people.
You see it. So you're in the app, like usually they're through, what is it? I think it's Uber. I don't think Lyft does them, but Uber. And then first it'll ask you, you just get an Uber like a normal Uber. And then it'll say, hey, there's a Waymo available. Do you want a driverless? So you have to agree to that. And then it'll give you the license plate and you can kind of see the car coming towards you just like Uber. It's pretty hard to not know it's yours. But the one I had went in circles. We got stuck in one. We literally got stuck in one coming out. We took it down to a brewery. It was nuts, man. We went, I went live on Facebook or I went live on YouTube or something. But we went in circles for probably 7, 8 huge square circles. It would go to a stop sign, make a right, go to a stop sign, make a right, go to a stop sign, make a right, go to a stop sign. We just did this. And then after 5 or 6 times, I'm like, this ain't right. So finally we hit the screen. And it says, if you need someone. And someone came on and they're like, oh, I see why you're calling. You're going in circles. It's like, yeah, that's exactly right. She's like, okay, hold on. I'm going to try to break it out of this pattern. And it did it again. Then it came. And sure enough, it went left. But then what happened is it stopped almost in the middle of the parking lot. And she's like, yeah, this isn't working. So you know what they do? They send you an actual driver showed up. Some dude shows up in a car, hops out of his car, took him maybe... Yeah, and then drives that one. Then he gets a WAMU or whatever back to whatever vehicle he was driving. It's crazy.
We tried to do it, and they wouldn't let us go in. Or no one ever showed up. We tried to do one of the.
Was it through Uber?
No, it was WAMU. Is that what it's called?
Yeah, but like I was saying, we use Uber to get the Waymo. You did it a different way?
I think they have their own app.
They have their own app, too.
Yeah.
So in Houston and Atlanta, or no, I keep saying Houston, Austin, it's all through Uber.
It's all through Uber, okay.
But I always wondered if they have to. Because eventually, 303-713-8255, we were talking about Waymo and driverless cars. They were asking if I've ever been in one. I was telling these guys, yeah, I was in one. Suzanne and I, we were in Atlanta. It started going in circles, and we got kind of stuck in it. But the interesting part I was talking to Rod about is he's got you tried to get one through the actual app, Waymo's app.
Right.
Yeah, these both showed up through Uber. You'd go on Uber in Austin or Atlanta, and you would get a regular Uber, but then it would say, hey, there's a driverless. Do you want to take it? I mean, really, besides going in circles, which we happened to be leaving a brewery, so we had a few beers, so we were kind of laughing about it.
You didn't realize it then.
Yeah, we're like, wait a minute, wait, we haven't left the parking lot. What's going on with this thing? But we actually sat in that thing and did these big squares. All the car would do was go right in a square in the parking lot. And then finally we hit the screen and this lady comes on and she's like, how can I... Oh, I see. You're going in circles. And we're like, yeah, that's exactly why we're calling. So she goes, okay, I'm going to try to break it out of it, whatever that means. And she did something and it went left finally, but then it got stuck again. And then the funny part is the driver shows up. So you're in a driverless car and they send a driver out. The driver parks his car, hops in the Waymo, drives you to wherever you're going. And then hopefully he gets a Waymo, back to his car, or he takes that one back to the depot, or I don't know how that part worked, but it was pretty crazy. Have any of you guys been in one?
I haven't, no.
Never. I guess they don't have them in Denver, do they?
No, I don't think so. In Arizona, there's a lot in Arizona.
Yeah, we've got good friends in Arizona. They bought a place out there, and they take them all the time in Arizona.
Right.
They said one of the problems was it went right through, I guess cops had people pulled over or something along those lines, and it went through nice and slow, but it didn't know. In fact, even in my Tesla, I'm starting to see it just gets better. Like for a while, if an ambulance was coming or a fire truck, it wouldn't know to pull over. It just simply wouldn't know.
And you're pretty comfortable with it just for the nature that you have an electric car, right?
What do you mean?
Just being comfortable without because your car drives by itself.
I'm very comfortable with it. I guess the chit chat. Some drivers, like when you're in Vegas, they've got great stories to tell you. It's like,
they can tell you places to go too if you're not familiar.
Yeah, good places to eat that don't cost you $1 million on the strip or something. But I guess that goes for anywhere. But I also like, there's sometimes you might be working or having a phone call, and it's nice not having a driver in there. But you can turn on music. You can do whatever you want in the back of it. It's got a little screen. I think there's even some
but
games.
There's always somebody listening.
Well, there's no doubt there's someone listening.
Yeah, exactly.
I have no doubt about that. And I always kind of wondered if you jumped up. I don't think you can take over a Waymo. I don't think you can. Like when my car's self-driving, all I have to do is turn it and it stops. I don't think you can do that as a passenger. Because think of how weird that would be. You could you could steal the car. You could run it into somebody. You could do...
Yeah, but a rider that's attentive in the event that something were to go wrong, you need to be able to take control of that car.
First of all, you'd have to jump up front. I mean, think about that, because you're in the back seat. You'd have to jump up front. I don't know.
Well, what if you open the door? Would it stop?
I don't know. I don't know if it would stop. How about, like, if you hit the brake on the highway, if you did jump up and hit the brake right on the highway, I don't know if that would be a good thing to happen either. Yeah, I'm being serious. I mean, I don't know how it would handle that. I never thought of that.
So there's no glass wall there between?
No, not that I saw.
Okay.
No, not that I remember, I should say.
Okay.
In fact, no, there wasn't. You see the steering wheel turn and everything. Now, the Tesla ones apparently aren't going to have a steering wheel. That's kind of weird.
Well,
I don't know. Would you guys, you drove my car before. Would you like a driverless vehicle? Like if you could go buy a $30,000 Roby taxi or whatever you want to call it.
I don't know. It bothered me a little bit, to be quite honest with you.
You loved it.
It's cool, but there's definitely something to get used to. With that.
You definitely have to get used
You don't jump in that the first time and feel 100%.
Well, and I think eventually, people aren't going to be buying cars anymore. You're going to be buying subscriptions.
Yeah, actually, like an Uber deal or something to where you pay a couple $100 a month and you can go anywhere.
Yep.
I mean, you guys, with what you all do for a living, just think of what he just said, how scary that is. Mm-hmm. Because no one's going to be bringing in to get the transmission fixed but the fleets.
Well, and most of the electric cars don't have transmissions.
Oh, that's true. None of them do. They just got the motors.
You'll just have a subscription, so now there's no reason to keep your garage clear. You can collect all your junk, but you'll have a car that shows up at 8 o'clock in the morning to take Dad to work. Yeah. A car that shows up at 8:30 to take little Timmy and Susie to school.
It's mass transit, but it's made up of multiple things. That really is a good idea, just a subscription for that. There was a while in Las Vegas, and I know they did in other cities, but you could pay like $50 a month, and every ride with Uber or maybe it was Lyft was $5. But they got rid of that pretty quick because I guess as a business model, I don't even know how the drivers would get paid.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, I have no idea.
They'd almost have to be on a salary of some kind.
Do you get afraid, Kevin, with Sheridan Auto Tech, that if everything goes electric, I mean, what are you guys doing? Or I realize it's going to be long enough to where,
Yeah, not in my lifetime, but
it's not going to happen there.
No, but it's definitely coming, but everything changes. It's constantly, I can remember getting into the business when computers came in. And the techs that were there for 20 years before I came in, they're freaking out.
Yeah.
Scanners, computers, codes, sensors. Oh, my God.
Yeah, what is all this stuff? But now it's just all normal.
Disc brakes freaked everybody out for a while.
Think about, that's kind of weird thinking disc brakes freak people out. Because in my time, I mean, that was it. I guess the rears on pickups and stuff had
They still have drums.
Do they still have?
Hyundai still have drums.
They do?
Oh, yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Yep.
So you guys, as far as with JFR selling cars, I guess it wouldn't matter. I guess if everybody went to a model like Tesla, meaning the manufacturer is also the entire sales force, there is no dealerships, I guess that could change things a little. But other than that, I mean, you guys sell electrics right now, brand new ones, used ones, everything.
We do.
Do you lease a lot of them?
That's the only way I'll let someone get one.
Is in a lease?
Yes.
Just because the value?
The unknown. That's what leasing takes care of. It takes care of the unknown. They're gambling on the future value of a vehicle. Let them.
What is a cheap lease right now on electric? It was like right before all the subsidies went away. You guys were in here. I remember talking about $99 leases.
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing like that anymore. They've come out with some incentives from the manufacturer that try and get close, but they're not that close. I mean,
under $200.
I haven't seen anything under 200.
So what is a good lease price right now? Forget just about electrics. I mean, what's an average car cost somebody? Nothing spectacular. An average car,
probably $400 to $500 a month.
$400 to $500.
30 grand a year. I mean, 30 grand. Most of the lower cars about $30,000, $32,000 for the average. Well, Hyundai.
Yeah.
Your 32,000. The Nissan that I'm talking about.
Yeah.
That was brand new. I have the window sticker. It was $32,000. So.
What are you guys going to sell that for, roughly?
I will probably sell it for about that 21.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Mm-hmm. All right, folks. 303-713-8255. Get those calls in. Get them in now. 303 Martino. Excel. Vestera. Excel Roofing. You guys going to go to the home show? I'm going out probably because of Excel, but I haven't been in so many years. I guess I like looking at the hot tubs. That's about it. Hot tubs, gazebos. Yeah, exactly.
I've just never been a fan of hot tubs.
Hold on one second. All right, check it out. Excel Roofing still has some free home show tickets for next week, the 17th. They're putting on this awesome seminar, not just about roofing, but more or less about insurance in your house. In fact, Frank Duran, the real estate man, is going to be there. Jay Bretz, Brian from the insurance company Compass. You're just going to love it. It's a seminar, and it goes from like 2 to 3 o'clock in the afternoon. But if you call now, they're going to get you tickets to the home show. So you can go over, spend the whole day at the home show, then check out the seminar in the afternoon and actually learn about the insurance industry and what's coming up when it comes to, well, roofing and insurance. 303-761-6400. There's not a lot of tickets left, so call up. You can get up to 4 tickets. 303-761-6400. Let's talk about Vestera and Barry Miller. You want to be a landlord, but you have no idea what you're doing. You call up Barry. He's going to find the right house in the right area in the country, something that's going to appreciate over 2 or 3 years, and you're going to make money. We have listeners that have been making 40 to 50% annual returns with Barry. Check him out at Vestera Turnkey. That's VesteraTurnkey.com. You guys remember the old Napa show years ago?
Mm-hmm.
I wonder how they did that. I wonder if Napa paid for a good portion of it. Did you ever listen to it? It was like on Saturday or Sundays. Yeah.
I was on it.
What?
I was on it.
Were you? Mm-hmm. Just come as a guest?
No, every week.
Oh, really?
Every weekend.
What did you?
Well, where was that at? A different station? Well, because I ran it when it was here.
Shannon wants to know if that was at a different station because he said he was running the board when it was here.
Well, and did remotes.
It was. I think it started here.
Yep.
And then they went cheaper and went to 560.
Yep. Okay,
That's how it works.
that works. Yep.
If I remember.
Yeah, because I did it for years, and we did it from different locations.
So you would go around to different Napas or
Yes.
different stores?
Different
Also
Napas.
remotes?
Yeah, I mean that were within that Colorado Car Care Network.
Yeah, yeah.
And it was, I'm not going to remember. Well, it was
It's
John
basically
Rush.
what he's part of.
It was John Rush.
Yeah, that sounds
And,
familiar.
Jeff, oh man, he had a place over near Lakeside. He and his dad.
Huh.
Not going to come to me. But yeah, it was the two guys, and then we just went around everywhere. It was awesome. 'Cause I don't know what you people are talking about ever, but it was a blast, and occasionally they'd feed me. So it was good.
Pfeiffer?
Donnie Pfeiffer.
That's
I've heard
it,
that
Donnie
name,
and
too.
his dad, yep.
That must just be from my automotive days, though.
Probably. They've been around forever. Yeah, a long time.
Were they a Napa Care? Or? The big one was Bruschetta and Brakes Plus. So they grew from one store to like 50 stores in X amount of time. And at the same time, Colorado Car Care, what I owned, only grew to 5. I mean, he put the pedal to the metal, that guy. I'd love to know how much he sold that shit for. I think he built it up to well over 50
Which
stores.
business, the Bruschetta or the, what was?
It was called Brakes Plus, but his name was Larry Bruschetta.
I got that.
He was, him and his kids, it was the dad and I think 2 kids.
So did you own this store off of South Broadway?
South Broadway. Oh, no, that little one there, like Littleton Boulevard and Broadway. I almost bought it. Yeah, so Goodyear, I don't know who ended up selling that. I own the one right down here at the Tech Center. It's Colorado land now. I own the one in Castle Rock, and then I own the one in Littleton, which was right near Southwest Plaza.
What about the one under I-25 at Broadway?
No.
Okay.
No, and then the one in Lakewood at Kipling and Bowles. And then Peoria was my last one, which was Montbello. Yeah. So I sold 3 to Goodyear, and then I sold 1 to my store manager, still called Aspen Goodyear in Lakewood. And then I sold the building and the business to a guy named Greg, the Peoria store, my last one. Okay. And that's when I first got back here. I did that in 2015. I've told him and Kevin numerous times, I did not like automotive. I did computers for 10 to 12 years, selling computers, yeah, and then...
Right.
All right, 303-713-8255. Get those calls in. Issue with the contractor. Danny, what is going on? Do we have issues with that? That is so bizarre. That is so bizarre. Danny, female, call back. I know we have a few issues with the mics today, but I don't think they're really affecting anything. But 303-713-8255. You know, the conversations that come up during the breaks are pretty crazy. I was in automotive for years, like over 10 years. Actually, I say years. How many years were you in automotive, Jeff, your whole life?
I started specializing in transmissions in 1991. I lied about my age when I was 14 to get a job at a Sears Automotive.
At a Sears?
Sears Automotive.
Wow. You know, Frank Duran, the real estate man, worked at a Sears Automotive inside of a Sears store right before he became a realtor, which he loved doing. So the same type thing you're saying?
Yeah. I mean,
did they do everything in Sears? In other words, I didn't know Sears would do transmissions.
No, they didn't do transmissions. So, like I said, I started in automotive when I was 14. I lied about my age. So that would have been, 1983, 1984.
That's incredible.
And then in 91, I specialized in transmissions.
Were you what people would refer to as a gearhead? You love muscle cars?
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much.
Wanted to build it faster, louder, better.
Yep, but, as everything goes, the painter's fence is the last one to get painted, so you never end up working on those things.
Yeah, exactly. I remember, do you guys ever hear of a place called the Carb Shop that was over like around Santa Fe and something years ago? I remember taking in carburetors, and very few people could rebuild carburetors in the early 2000s. There just wasn't a lot of them to rebuild, and none of my guys could rebuild them, so we'd send them to this place literally called the Carb Shop.
Yep.
You remember that?
Oh, yeah.
So they had, at one point, they took a Chevy Monza, picture this thing, and I'll never forget this car, and they put one of the Corvette engines or a Chevy 350. I'm not even sure what they put into it, but they turned this little Monza into a drag car, which was just an incredible thing. And that kind of made me wonder if that's kind of the stuff you would do back then.
Yeah, usually not on my own stuff because I just didn't have the money. So, I got to do it for everybody else.
So you've lived and breathed it. How about you, man?
Yeah, I mean, growing up, I was definitely into the muscle cars.
Where did you start before you were with JFR? I mean, how long you been selling cars?
Since the early 80s.
God bless.
For quite a while.
It's one of those industries, I guess, once you get in it, man, you're stuck. How about you, Rod?
I was a UPS driver for 17 years.
Did you wear shorts?
Yeah, they called me sexy, so I did good.
So people have been lying to you all your life.
Do you watch that show, King of Queens? Have you ever seen that?
I have.
I love that show. He drives for IPS.
Right.
I bet you it was very similar to your average day. I bet it was.
Right. We
how did you get into automotive? How did you go from driving a truck to that?
I was selling cars from UPS. And
for UPS?
No, at UPS. So somebody would say, "Hey, Rod, I love cars."
So you were sourcing them.
I was sourcing them.
People would come to you when they needed a car.
Right. Even management. and they were saying, "Hey, can you meet me?" I said, "Hey, I can meet you at lunchtime at the auction."
That's crazy.
Oh, it was.
So
it
that's
was wrong.
you were always. It was wrong. Yeah, that is funny. Hey, Danny, what's going on with this contractor? Danny?
Oh, yeah.
Go ahead.
Sorry, didn't realize you were hollering at me.
Yep, no problem.
So we had a contractor that, and it's a long story, but he started a building for us, a shop for us. We discovered through the build of the first shop that they did not properly build it. We had him tear it down and start over, which he did.
They had to tear the entire thing down?
Yes, they did. They tore the entire thing down.
Give me a description of this. How big of a project was it?
40 by 80 pole barn.
And they got it almost all the way done and had to tear the whole thing down?
Yes, because they did not put concrete down the holes where the poles were set.
Oh my gosh.
God, how do you forget to do that, for goodness sake? So then what?
So they tore it down. We did an amendment to the contract.
What was the amendment for?
The amendment was stating that he would refund the money that we had paid to him.
But wait a minute, but he was going to I'm sorry, Danny, but was he going to redo the entire job?
Yes.
So I guess why would he, if he's going to end up doing the same scope of work, I understand he screwed up, but why would he refund it and do it for free?
No, he was supposed to refund the money back to us and we would resume payments.
Oh, I got you. He was going to he was going to make you whole again, zero you out, then you were going to pay as you went.
Yes.
So, and I assume he never refunded the money?
He never refunded the money. He did restart construction. And he got, I don't know, about 30% into the construction project. And he walked off.
So, well, you just made me think of 10 questions, but I'm going to stick with my gut on this. So when he walked off, did you guys have some form of an altercation, or what happened when he walked off, or he just threw his hands up and left?
He just stopped responding. I think part of what it came down to is he was delivering the trusses, and he was delivering them in two parts, and we kept telling him, that's not right. The trusses have to be built by a manufacturer. They have to be engineered. These are not right. And he just stopped showing up.
And now, how long has he been ghosting you?
He's been gone since July of last year.
Holy moly. And that's the last time you talked to him? Did you ever finish the project?
No, so
Where does it say? You said about 30%, so explain to me on a 40 to 80 pole barn, what does that represent? What does he have done? If I looked at a picture, what would I see?
You would see all of the poles for the sides up.
Yeah.
And part of the horizontal framing.
All right. Is the guy still in town?
He, as far as we know, he still is, in town.
All right. Hold on. We got to take this break. Here's what I want you to do. Kelly, get the information on this guy. I heard no out music at all, Shannon. Something's wrong. Oh.
Broken.
I heard no out music. I just looked up and you heard it?
No, but it's broken.
Just period.
Yeah.
It's broke. Of course. What's wrong with it? It's broke. Yes. I did. I looked at the clock. I was like, oh shit, I should have heard music by now. Kelly, what the hell's that mean? Comment on Danny. I mean, what kind of comment could they have this quick? What'd you say?
My bookkeeper called the portal to file our sales tax.
Yeah. Why?
The state.
It's broken.
Broken. So we have to file before the 20th. So why can't the state take the site down from the 21st to the 30th?
How do you guys do your payroll taxes? Do you do them each month or do you do them quarterly?
Depends on how much you owe. You have to do them weekly.
Some weekly?
You have to do them weekly. If you pay a certain amount over the course, you get to do them monthly. Usually quarterly would be somebody like if you do your own LLC and you're doing estimated tax deposits or whatever. But the larger it gets, i.e. like my wife's company, they have to pay the taxes that day.
Wow.
I just let the payroll company deal with it. I don't screw it.
Who do you use?
Copac, small independent here in town. They're good, really good. I just do it myself. My accountant auditor.
Suzanne did ours for a long time.
It costs me $100 a month, and they file all the reports, the unemployment, the family leave.
It's not Don Eiley, though, right?
No. Don Eiley referred to me. This is the best $100 a month I ever found. Just kidding.
When we were going through our Chapter 11 with Colorado Car Care, we had to do these reports that were absolutely insane each month for the trustee. Absolutely insane. And Suzanne did them all. It was pretty impressive. Mallory, our accountant, would eyeball them. I'll put it that way, but she did them all. I ended up, we owed Napa at one part. At one point, we owed Napa well over $1 million. Yep.
Yeah, but I don't think it's the same company that they used to be.
Genuine Parts Company. GPC, that's who owns them. That's the parent.
As far as parts quality, as far as the parts quality in general is all throughout the industry.
Do they still, like on brake pads, have a good, better, best? Yeah. Can you even buy a semi-metallic anymore, or you're buying ceramic?
It depends on the platform. I mean, if the OE is semi-metallic, which some still are.
I didn't know that. I don't think I'd ever have to buy brake pads on the Teslas.
Yeah.
I mean, if I did, it'd be 200,000 miles.
Because of the braking system?
Yeah, you just, once you're used to driving it, I mean, well, it doesn't matter if it's self-driving or if you're driving. When you slow down, it has that regenerative braking.
Mm-hmm.
So it brakes. And it brakes pretty damn quick, actually.
I think the brake lights come on too when you do that, I think.
It has to, because you are slowing down. I'll tell you what freaks you out if you charge it to like 98% or higher, which you almost never do. But if you're going on a long trip, you will. Mm-hmm. And what sucks is, man, it deactivates that, so all of a sudden it coasts like a regular car in neutral, and it's like there's nowhere to put charge. So it's like learning to drive a different car all the time. It's quite scary the first time you realize, oh shit, it's not braking itself.
I'm not ready for an electric car. That's my problem. Just stuff like that that chances me the wrong way.
Kelly, what does that mean? What does that mean, music? I can't hear a word you're saying, Kelly.
And she doesn't understand a word you're saying, so you're even.
It says, comment on Danny music. I don't know what the fuck that means.
Okay.
Hang on. Does anybody know what that means? Or is it me?
Oh my God, Mark, shut up.
It
By
could-
the way,
it could be me.
Danny is not disclosing anything because she's in litigation right now.
Okay.
She called because she wants a second opinion.
Okay.
Whatever.
And what does Jay have to do with it? He must be part
wanted
of
to
it.
call it. No, Jay always inserts himself into these situations.
Oh,
Jay
okay.
just wants to comment on it.
I got it.
Why does it say music?
Yeah, why did it say music?
I have no idea.
Must have been Kevin.
Let me check on Kelly. Oh, something broke.
It's funny you say that because when anything doesn't work in the house, I tell Adam, this is broken. And he's like, it's not broken.
How often have you pointed at yourself?
You have no idea what that poor man has to go through.
No, we can imagine.
I can imagine.
This is why he travels.
Department didn't find a glove at Nancy's home.
We also didn't find Nancy.
We haven't found shit. That is the dumbest headline. That sheriff is a moron. Didn't find Nancy at her apartment. You're right. It could be. That's the dumbest headline. We didn't find a toaster at her house.
Sounds like the other night when they interrupted, I think it was the Olympics coverage for an update to tell you that they don't know anything more than they did.
Oh, breaking news. We don't know shit. Now, back to the Olympics. Have you watched one thing on the Olympics, any of you?
No.
A little bit of curling. There's been some good shots, but other than that.
Didn't we win curling for like the first time or something?
Yeah, I think the mixed.
Yeah, the mixed doubles.
Who the fuck came up with that? Like who said, let's put this thing on ice and sweep?
It's the Scottish.
In the garage when all the guys were hanging around drinking beer.
It had to
They
have.
started scooting rocks down to the bottom of the sidewalk.
It was the Scots. It was the Scottish.
It's
going,
the craziest.
Slay a rock across the river.
Golf.
Oh,
Oh, gosh.
Curling.
But I got to tell you, it's really fun. They have a
blast.
curling thing,
A curling
off
thing.
of Arapahoe in that place. That
Oh, they
the
literally have like an
Avalanche-
indoor curling arena?
Yeah.
That's what she just said. What do you say we all go curling after the show?
Rather go to bed.
It looks so weird. It looks like the weirdest damn thing ever.
The Troubleshooter Show. Now, Tom Martino.
All right, welcome to the show, the only show of its kind. We're here to solve problems, answer questions. We are here to help you out. We have recovered over $300 million in cash, merchandise, exchanges, and refunds directly due to the show over a 45, almost 50-year period. If you need some help, give us a call, 303-713-8255. It's been a slow phone call day. Get those calls in. I got 2 lines open. I'm going to go directly back to Danny. I want to tell everybody, though, real quick, Renew Home Innovations. These guys will sell you a furnace for less than anybody else. End of story. The guaranteed lowest price. RenewHomeInnovations.com. If someone's quoting you a furnace right now, it's 10, 15, 20,000. There's heat pump systems now that are easily 30 to 50,000. You're crazy not to at least check with RenewHomeInnovation.com. Now, let's go back to Danny. Danny had a problem with the contractor. They basically had a pole barn built. The guy really screwed up. He had to start over. He agreed to basically refund the money on what he already did, then kind of take money as he's rebuilding it. And he just hopped off the job about 30% into the rebuild part of it. So Danny, my understanding from Kelly is you guys are already in a lawsuit with this guy?
Well, we're not. We started legal proceedings. We filed with his general liability insurance.
I don't think his liability insurance would cover this, though.
We filed it based on negligence.
Okay.
And what we ended up finding out is that he has the worst policy possible.
What does that mean?
It does not cover.
You mean like in his... Well, I don't think I don't see it as a liability issue. If he built it, it fell down and killed a kid or something. He built it, he didn't do the electrical right, and it burned down and took your house with it. There's numerous reasons I can understand the insurance, but I've never heard of insurance covering something where a guy took money and only did 30% of the job or did a horrible job. That's typically not what insurance is for.
No, well, what we did is filed what's called a SIDARA notice.
Yeah.
But
you got nothing,
we
right?
went at it. Yeah, well, so the insurance company has offered us a very crappy settlement.
How much?
And $30,000.
And how much, what are your damages if someone came in and finished it? I assume the 30% is usable.
The 30% was mostly usable. There was some stuff we had to replace on it.
Okay, so what is that dollar amount you were looking for?
We would have been happy with a settlement of like 60 to 80,000, because there's damages to property because there was this job should have been completed it should have been completed back in 2004. We started this project in 2004.
Okay, I'm still shocked.
So,
I am shocked the insurance company is offering anything, but if they're offering the 30,000, what do you? So okay, they're offering that. That's great. That's better than zero.
Correct. Our qualm is in their release.
Yeah.
They want us to waive all future claims, civil and criminal.
Absolutely, that's how they're always going to do that.
We don't want to waive criminal.
Well, then we're
happy to waive civil.
You're not
but
going.
We don't want to waive criminal.
But you got to understand, their relationship is with their client. This guy, this scumbag. And from what you've described, I'm going to refer to him as Mr. Scumbag from here out. But Mr. Scumbag is the one that has a contractual relationship. They have to protect him. They're not going to cut a check and protect him if you can still come after him. I don't think you're going to get him to budge on that, whether it is civil or criminal. In fact, I think they would be neglecting their duty that they have to him as the insurance company.
Okay.
I don't know how you get around that. I simply don't know. I would go crazy if my insurance company, let's just take a car accident and someone got injured and I was liable for it. And, I had $100,000 in coverage and they decided to go ahead and hand these guys $100,000. And then they came after me personally for my house or whatever assets I had. I'd go crazy because that's not how it's supposed to work.
Right.
Why don't you just
our alternative is, huh?
Why don't you just sue him directly and then see what the insurance company does?
Because we know that if we sue him directly, one, he doesn't have a pot to piss in.
Yeah.
Two, we would most likely win, but we would get a judgment, in which case we would file that judgment. He would claim bankruptcy, and that judgment goes away.
Have you talked to anybody in the DA's office? Have they just said, no, he did do some work, so there's nothing we're going to do?
We have actually talked to the sheriff's department from a criminal side and said that we paid money for materials that were never delivered, and that is theft.
How much?
And they do agree.
Yeah. And?
They said that we could file a police report. They would then send it to their detectives. Their detectives would investigate and determine if there's a strong enough case to send to the DA, in which case they would then send it to the DA. The DA would decide if there's a strong enough case to press charges.
So nothing happened.
And so we have not filed a police report because we were instructed by our attorney that if we filed a criminal police report, that can completely botch up the insurance claim and the civil portion of it, to do that at the same time.
I think you're lucky to get that $30,000 if this guy truly doesn't have any money. I mean, and for people listening, a Sedera, Colorado construction defect action, I am just so shocked they're willing to pay anything. I assume your attorney or yourself has tried to up that $30,000, and that's just kind of where they're at.
Yes, and so currently now they said 30 is the best that they will do. So now we're at
how do they derive that number? How do they come up with 30,000? I'm curious.
According to them, they figure that that's what their legal fees would be if we were to take him to court for a civil action, and that's what they would probably have to pay to defend him.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense, actually. In fact, it could probably cost him more than that. Did you ever try to counter directly or through your attorney, like, hey, you know what, how about 45 will make this go away, or has that even been attempted?
Yes, it has. They actually started at 20. They came up to 30, and they said that was their best and final.
What do you guys think? Kevin Calkin.
I think the 30 is the only thing.
Are you on?
I don't know.
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think 30 is the only thing you're ever going to see. You can be in court
So
for
yeah,
a year
they
upon
said
year.
that 30 was their best and final.
That was it, their best and final.
I think you got to take what's there.
I think you got to just take it. I mean, if you're just asking for what would I do, what would other people do? I mean, what do you think, Jeff?
Yeah, I mean, you can't make lemonade out of this.
Yeah, I know. There's nothing. I mean, the guy has nothing, and I agree with you. You go, you take him to court, you get an $80,000, $100,000 judgment with attorney's fees and with this and with that. None of it matters if he has nothing.
Yep.
And, you know, a lot of contractors that don't do business right, this is kind of where you end up with. And it kind of sucks you're in this position. I mean, really, if you're asking what we would do, I personally would probably take the 30 if you tried to already get that number up like you said you did. I don't think I would risk getting zero, I guess is where I'm going. How much do you have in attorney's fees already that you've paid?
Probably about roughly 5 to 10.
That's not horrible. I thought you were going to say something a lot higher.
No, it's not horrible.
And
our only.
And Danny, I don't mind. I mean, I realize you have an action going on right now, but I would like to at least warn people of this person at some point. So maybe after you do take it, then call back, tell us who it is, and we can make sure other people don't end up wasting their hard-earned money with this bum.
And once we sign that release, there's a non-disparagement.
Oh, wow.
If we do not sign it, yes, I will absolutely do that.
I'm curious how much you actually have in it.
I will absolutely do that.
I don't think you guys are on.
Oh.
Shannon, can you tell me if they're actually... I'm sorry, hold on one sec, Danny. Can you tell me if you can actually hear Kevin?
Test.
That, I heard him there, but I wasn't hearing him before. Yep, no problem. Anyhow, Danny, if you got any other questions, I mean, it pretty much is what it is. I'd love to know how it turns out and what you guys decide, though.
I mean, the question would be, is there any other alternative that we have?
There's no other alternative to the guaranteed $30,000. Yep. That's where you've got to place anything. It's a guaranteed $30,000. Do I take the guaranteed money, or do I spend more money going after what could be zero? Mm-hmm. That's the part that scares me. And I am shocked they're paying anything. Mm-hmm. Guys, are you shocked about that?
I can't believe that they got it from 20 to 30. I think you got to hold your nose and take it. It stinks, but it's the only solution.
Jeff, what do you think, honestly?
No, I think we're all on the same page. I mean, when you're between a rock and a hard place.
You take the guaranteed money.
Absolutely.
How about you, Rod?
I think you're right.
Just take it.
You can go to court and win. Congratulations.
Yeah, that's the problem, Danny. They're never going to pay you. I mean, wouldn't you rather, instead of them paying for his defense and then you getting nothing, I don't have to go over the same thing. I give it a lot of thought. Danny, I do appreciate it, and I would really love a follow-up regardless of how you go. The other thing is maybe look into I wouldn't even spend any money. I was going to say hire someone to find out if this guy does have any assets that you can go after, but I assume you've done a little digging. I mean, the fact the guy just walked off the job tells you something right there. It's not like he has this big, great business that buys him nice stuff. I mean, it doesn't sound like it, at least. All right, 303-713-8255. We got 3 lines open. Jay, I'll come to you after this break. 303 Martino.
iHeartRadio.
Olympics update.
Bobsledding officially gets underway at the Winter Games with the women's monobob set for Sunday. Men's bobsledding begins Monday with a 2-man event. U.S. bobsledder Frank Del Duca calls this Olympic track.
She said she's going after 8.
They're definitely going to separate a lot of teams where we're trying to find some speed.
The U.S. men's curling team has now dropped back-to-back round-robin battles after falling to Canada.
What's happening?
They face Germany tomorrow.
For NBC's live coverage from Italy.
I can't believe the insurance companies. Let me tell you about Great Western Buildings. In fact, their website, greatwesternbuildings.com, Suzanne and I bought a beautiful RV garage from them oh, geez, 6-7 years ago, it still looks brand new. 100% all-American steel. These kits are incredible, and you're getting it direct from the manufacturer with Great Western Buildings. They employ almost 200 people right here in Colorado. They own the factory. It is them. Lifetime structural warranty, the mill backed by a 40-year paint and finished warranty, galvanized secondary framing. You got to check them out. I know you've heard of all these steel building companies out here. Here's one that's right here in Colorado, GreatWesternBuildings.com. Now, Joe Lazara, I'm going to put it just like this. If you need an attorney because you got accused of a crime, I want you to call Joe. Simple as that. I'm going to give you his phone number. We've been talking about him forever. If you're in trouble with the law, you call Joe. Free consultation, and he also has flat rate pricing. 303-429-6200. Who captured Maduro? Oh, he went to see the guys. I'd still like to know what the disruptor weapon is, or what they call it, the discombobulator. The discombobulator. Have you guys, when's the last time you turned a claim into your garage keepers?
Never.
Never? Oh my God. That's impressive. Never.
I've just paid them. You know, we get a little $2,000, $3,000, $4,000 little.
Yeah, you're not gonna.
And most things happen. They do.
Hell yeah, they do.
Cars around, you're doing too much stuff. That's gonna happen. The guy didn't see the no brakes on the key tag that was pink and red and had a flashing light. You know,
We had a Pitney Bowes with 2,000 miles on it, brand new van, no oil. Engine was like 14,000. I turned that one in.
Well, there may be one that comes down my way if someday we do it, but
I was like, I haven't used. I turned one in that got turned down, but I turned it in. A homeless guy came into our shop and literally took a car from inside the shop and stole it. They caught him they caught him 3-4 days later or whatever, and there was damage to the car. I was like, I'll turn it in. And my insurance company was like, that's not your fault. You didn't do anything wrong. Yeah. But I turned it in, I mean. It's like if it got hailed, they explained it to me. Okay, if it started hailing and all your customers' cars waiting for oil changes got hail damage, you'd think we're paying. No way, Jose.
now if you would have left the car running outside your shop,
That'd be a little different. this dude literally, and he was like he was very known in the neighborhood. He'd come by and we'd put air in his bike tire and shit. And one day he's just like, screw it, I'm taking a car.
Pulls into the shop, goes to rack it, gets out, and the back doors of the van fly open. The guy comes running out, like, what the fuck am I? And shoots out of the shop. He was, you know.
Well, at least it was still on the ground at the time. He wasn't jumping out and jumping in the air.
He probably would have got sued for that one.
I was taken against my will.
I never had like a slip and fall. We had a couple workman's comp over the years. The one really bad is guy lowered a car onto his toe, which wasn't a big deal. It's a tire, but he freaked out and he tried to lift the car up and threw his freaking back out. He's dead now. He ended up getting addicted to opiates and drinking like a fish. I mean, it totally changed his life. It was the opiates.
I've had a couple
Yeah, they're almost impossible not to have. Oh. Was he using a slide hammer?
Yeah. And then another guy went just step up on the truck, and then went to pull something, threw something out in his arm, just tore a tendon.
I have one. I remember it was a knee. Just stepped wrong and twisted, but you're on the job.
Oh, we had a guy got out in he pulled a car in, didn't even start racking it yet, got out of the car and just stepped wrong, whatever the hell that means, and it ended up being a horrible claim. Nothing happened. I still, till this day, nothing happened.
That meeting was easier than my builder. He's just now been given his maximum medical. He was actually getting off of a ladder, and, just like when you're coming down the stairs and you thought you had one more step, or you didn't realize. And so he stepped wrong, tried to catch himself, and his finger went inside that little hole on the top of the ladder and twisted his thumb. And he still can't straighten it. But that's been going on now for over 6 months.
Jesus. I've never been on workman's comp or unemployment. But I've always worked for myself. So actually, if I recall, I didn't even cover myself on work.
I don't think you can.
Does that make sense?
I don't think you can.
All right, 303-713-8255. We were talking a little behind the scenes on insurance. In fact, I do want to say this. There's still some tickets to an insurance seminar that Compass is putting on, along with Frank Duran, the real estate man, and Excel Roofing. It's going to be at the Home Show on the 17th next week. And Excel's giving out free tickets for the Home Show. So you'll get your tickets. You can spend the day at the Home Show at no cost, and tickets aren't cheap there anymore. And on top of that, you can go to this kick-ass seminar these guys are going to be putting on. And think about it. Tom, myself are going to be there. Suzanne's going to be there. And we're going to have Frank Duran, the real estate man, and Brian Burns. We're even going to have Mitch out there with the Art of Granite. So if you want to check out what he does, you can bring some simple measurements, and he'll actually give you a price on countertops right at the Home Show.
That's cool.
Which is crazy. He's done so many rooms in our house. But you would be shocked how cheap new countertops are through Mitch. And I don't care if you're talking quartz, granite, any of it. But these guys are great, and you can't get a better deal than free tickets to the Home Show. But they don't have a lot left. 303-761-6400. 303-761-6400. There's not a lot, so call up now, get those tickets. That made me think of, though, the insurance conversation I was having with these guys. When I owned automotive stores, we had what was called garage keepers, which was basically our liability insurance. And one of them, we were talking about the last time you put a claim in. And Kevin, you said you haven't put in a liability claim through your garage keepers.
They just punish you too hard if you file a claim.
Oh, big time. I mean, your rates go through the roof. And Jeff, you haven't put one in, not workman's comp, but garage keepers.
No, I have put in a garage keepers.
What was it?
We had done a truck, and part of it was we had subbed out the front drive shaft to be rebuilt. And it came back, the customer was driving down 470, and on the Dodges, that front drive shaft is always turning. So when it gave up, it not only broke the drive shaft, but it took out the transmission, took out the transfer case, took out the floor pan. It was about $24,000 worth of damage to the truck.
That is huge. I'd turn that in all day long, too.
I would have filed that one, too.
Yeah, so the last one I remember doing, probably around 2014, we had a brand new Pitney Bowes come in. And that last store I had in Montbello, it was almost all national accounts. Everything was national accounts, state patrol, GSA. It was all bread and butter, if you will. And we left the oil out of a van with 2,000 miles on it, brand new van, $14,000 engine, seized up. You know, have you guys ever heard of Marvel's mystery oil?
Oh, yeah.
So it seized up because the guy turned it on with no oil in it. We were waiting for an oil filter in our new GS. Unlike, he just didn't follow procedure, and everybody thought it was done, and one of our shaggers was grabbing the car to pull it out, seized up. So it sat there, and one of my techs pulled the heads or whatever they do, and then not pulled the heads, probably just the spark plugs. Put Marvel's mystery oil down there. Check this out. Let it sit overnight. Next morning, it is mystery oil. Next morning, that sucker started up and ran.
Didn't sound very good.
It sounded horrible. But I couldn't believe it unstuck it.
It loosened it up.
It loosened it up, and it basically started up. And I was like, I didn't even play around with that. That was $14,000. Then I was telling these guys, listen to this one. We had a homeless guy come into our same shop. That was on Peoria. We had a car in there that was just running. I think we did a cooling system flush, and you're basically running to get all the levels right on the coolant. and get it up to temperature. This homeless guy comes in here and steals the car, just hops in the car and drives off with it. And we turned that one in. But guess what? What do you think the insurance company said? I turned it in.
Yeah, not covered.
Not covered because we didn't do anything wrong. No. Some wacko, even though it was in our possession, it didn't matter. It was literally in our shop. It'd be like if the guy ran in and stole someone's wallet and ran out. They're not going to cover that.
Yep.
So have you ever been in a predicament to where you feel bad like that, but the insurance company says no?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, there was a dealership we were doing work for in Aurora, had one of their cars stolen from our lot, a Kia or a Hyundai. Like, go figure. Real easy to steal.
And they wouldn't do anything.
And the company, the dealers, they had our insurance information as part of our contract with them, and they filed their own claim on my insurance, and they declined it.
That's crazy.
Yeah, no liability.
Yeah, I mean, you did nothing wrong.
Nope.
We had one, this one goes back to the late 90s, man. It was our store in Littleton by Southwest Plaza. There was a Goodyear there next to a Jiffy Lube for years. In fact, I think it's still around. I'm not sure, though. But we brought it to Lakewood Electric. Ironically, you ended up years later buying Lakewood Electric. But who'd you buy it from, Bryant?
Bryant, yeah.
So he had a brother named William.
Yep.
And William's shop was somewhere around there, and we brought it there, and the vehicle was stolen from his lot in the middle of the night. The funny part about this one, though, it was a FBI car, and there was stuff in the trunk that shouldn't have been in the trunk. In other words, they're not supposed to drop their cars off with guns in the trunk without supervising or being there or however it works. They actually got the vehicle a day later in Kansas. So they must have, even back in the 90s, they must have had some kind of a tracker on or they just putting out an APB to everybody and they're looking for it. But can you imagine stealing a car and you steal an FBI car?
Your luck, yeah.
Yeah, what kind of luck would that be? Jeff, you ever have any, the insurance turn that down too?
Sure.
Anything like that?
No, knock on wood, thankfully I have not.
How about workman's comp? You guys ever have a workman's comp? And this goes for you guys at JFR. A workman's comp claim that your gut tells you total BS and you just can't believe it. You can't believe workman's comp is paying out for something that looks 100% fabricated. No?
No.
Nope. I've only ever had 2 workman's comp claims, and they were both legit.
They were legit.
Yep. You got to be careful not filing a claim with them because there's some reporting requirements with injuries and stuff like that.
We had one guy get out of the car at our Lakewood store, and all he did was get out of the car, and he had like a club foot, and all of a sudden his foot was messed up. I mean, nothing. Didn't slip, didn't fall, and he's got a comp claim. And at the time, I had a corporate office, and we would have a lot of phone calls come in to the corporate office. And I said, okay, well, he can't work in the shop. I'm going to have him work here just answering phones. That's all he had to do. Sit at a huge table and answer phones. Well, he showed me. He got up to use the bathroom and fell over answering phones and looked at me with a eating grin like, I'll show you. You think you're going to make me work? And he fell over. I was so mad. I called up. We had in-house counsel. And he said, what are you doing? Let workman's comp deal with this. It doesn't matter what the guy's doing. It doesn't matter if he's a fraudster or not. It's what the insurance is for. Don't let him get to you because it's going to make it worse.
It does.
No matter what you do, it's going to make it worse.
It does get to you, though. You hate to see it.
Oh, you absolutely hate to see it.
Yep.
How about thieves? Did you ever have any thieves?
Oh, yeah. Oh, employee thieves?
Employees.
No.
Never?
Not that I was aware of or, we just...
Nothing big.
Nothing terrible, yeah.
Jeff?
Oh, yeah.
How bad?
I almost had to replace probably about half of my own tools.
Oh, my God.
So I'm not even counting tools. These guys are so careless with your tools. They'll lose them.
But they were stealing your tools.
Yeah, they were stealing my tools.
Wow. Did you do anything about it besides fire them?
That's about all the more you could do, unless you actually catch them with a car full of tools.
Yeah. That's true, man. It's kind of hard these days. I don't know. I'd say out of all the employees I had, there was a period of time we had basically 50 employees at any given time.
Yep.
And, there's always 1 or 2 with that amount. You guys in a one-shop environment, though, that's a little easier because your eyes are there all the time.
Yeah, it's definitely easier.
When your your old landlord went crazy on your lease at the one.
At the Aurora, yeah.
Yeah, so when you went down to one shop, do you notice that a lot easier?
No,
or you had a good manager?
I had good people. So I mean that's what made it easier. But yeah, you do lose some controls though, and you have to trust.
Yeah,
and that's hard to do.
It is, man. Okay, everybody hold tight. 303-713-8255. Jay, I promise I'll come to you after this. We do have lines open. 303 Martino. It's car day. You guys ever God, you never even had like a wheel off you turned in? Nothing? We had a wheel off that turned like yours, turned into like 30,000 plus, man. And the guy was leaving to go camping. He had one of those camper toppers. So they ended up paying out for a rental truck and a camper and all kinds of shit.
Pizza's in there, guys.
You know the good thing about these guys, the payroll company? Somebody answers the phone when it rings over
Stop
there.
it. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. But I have to admit though, this AI is getting so good. You have to do you can do a double take and have to say.
But like this one. So I get a guy, he has a garnishment. How do I set the garnishment up on his paycheck so it's legally? I just fax it to me. Okay, thanks. Done.
It's done.
Yeah.
How about if I told you for $39, I know a company that'll come out, tear that furnace apart that has been going crazy all year and clean all the dirt out of it. It's basically like a refurbishment, all for $39. It's not someone coming out and doing nothing and trying to sell you anything. They literally spend an hour to 2 hours cleaning your furnace out. You got to check them out. Go to fixmyhome.com. It's for new customers only. It's their way of introducing the company to you, and it is a great value. $39, fixmyhome.com. Okay.
After reading the Epstein files, I'm worried about how much you guys enjoy pizza.
All 7,000 pages.
It's 3 million.
He just found one about the Ramseys that there's something like
There's a
they
picture
took a
of
picture with John Bonet.
There's a picture of Ghislaine and Jean Benet. Yeah.
Gross.
It's all right.
Excuse me.
It's all right. What?
Say what you want about pedos.
Yeah.
They don't feed through school times.
No.
Oh yeah, right. Well, I guess.
I told you it all sounds fun and stuff, but what do you talk about after?
So Kev, I got a very strange call a few minutes ago about a name, Joni Young, who says she called Sheridan Auto Tech because she hears it on our show.
In her dream.
And she has a 1987 Jeep Cherokee.
No.
And she was told that, that you don't work on them. So
It doesn't just come with a blank checkbook?
I can't get parts for older cars.
Or the women who drive them?
Sits forever and ever, and the people who own older cars don't want to spend money. And other than that, we love them. But yeah, we don't do that. They stopped taking in. Yeah,
okay, do you want her number?
Nope.
No.
Okay.
No, she was told what he was supposed to tell her.
We don't work with your
Martino
kind.
Show. How can I help you?
You go now. You've been here 4 hours. The best.
Kelly said the lady called because we wouldn't take her 87 Jeep in.
Okay, what's the
You guys wouldn't?
of your car, miss?
For what?
Don't matter.
Yeah, exactly. But I mean, like, wow.
No, she called the show.
She called to complain?
Because she heard the name and the phone number on the show, and she called to complain because
Okay.
Hello.
So you have a comment for Mark and all the guests? Oh, you're watering. Okay.
It's not water.
Of course. I will definitely pass that along. Okay. What's your name? Margie. Okay. No problem, Margie. Okay. Thank you.
I'm not even sure what they do. I mean, what would it, I guess, would you turn it away even for a set of tires?
Did anybody leave the box open? I didn't look.
It's just
No.
It's trouble.
it's just anything we touch on that car is going to break.
I think I've trained them all.
The parts we need to fix.
To shut your box.
It's not a good one.
And even if you could fix it, we're not buying shit.
Yeah, how much do you want to spend on an 87 Jeep? And I'm sure my guy was professional about it. You know, I said, sorry, there's not something to work on anymore.
It's kind of funny they go out of their way to call up, though. At least they didn't dress up as a cat.
Like Bob.
All right.
That's still my favorite. That picture is just so funny. You got to wonder, did he work for Chick-fil-A, or where did he get a cow costume? Or was it a chicken? What was it, a cow?
It was a cow, yeah. But even at why?
It's crazy.
You know, what did the cow have to do with it?
Swingers and furies. Furries, you can't make rhyme or reason.
All right, 303-713-8255. Behind the scenes is interesting. Let's put it at that. Very interesting. Guys, I'm going to bring something up. I'm going to go to Jay here in a sec, but I got a guy I've come to known over the years. In fact, we played Topgolf together. He sends me articles a lot, and he sent me something that I had no idea was going on in Colorado. And I want to get everybody's opinion on it, but I literally had no idea this was even a thing. And I'm just gonna prep it or tease it right now. But there's a new bill out there from February 11th, so that's a couple days ago, that could legalize. It's Senate Bill 26-097. Now, it could legalize. Go ahead, fill in the blank. What do you think it is? I'm just curious. What do you think it could be? We already legalized marijuana. I'll give you one hint. Well, some people might say it's a drug, but it's not a drug, how you would generally think of a drug, like a narcotic or something that's scheduled. So what could they legalize? What are they trying to legalize with Senate Bill 26-097? How did you know that, Kelly?
She signed up.
Not yet. Not until we get broke again, but, you know, it's a possibility.
Can you imagine if that passes? I mean, really think about it. I think Nevada is probably the only other state, and it's only that one county.
Yeah, certain counties.
It's not like you go to Las Vegas and you can get a hooker. But, and the argument is, it's happening already.
Mm-hmm.
So let's take it away from the pimps and the Johns.
And then they can tax it.
Of course they can.
Of course they can. Then they can make money on it.
Have you been seeing all these articles on marijuana now?
Mm-mm.
Oh, my God. They're saying like 1 out of 10 kids that start smoking pot gets addicted. And it causes like schizophrenia after a long period of time. I mean, some of the stuff about it is crazy. And usually it's in a developing brain. But even the New York Times came out and said, yeah, we had this all wrong. So it's. I have a feeling this would all be wrong, too.
And I think in moderation, everything is okay. It's
prostitution and moderation.
Well, I'm just saying, you know, the potheads.
Like, you can't go around the world, but you can get second base.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
What do you think, man? Yay, nay? What do you think? Honestly, if it was up to you, you're God.
It's the victimless crime argument. I mean, who's it hurting?
That's true, and there is a good argument to be said. Okay, the pimps are getting more than the hoes right now. And, we've all seen the movies. We know what goes on. So they are taking it. So I guess that would take it away. But my understanding is the cartels, when we talk about marijuana, that was one of the arguments. I still think the underground marijuana, I don't know if it ever went away at all. I don't know. I have no idea. Rod, what do you think? Legalize prostitution?
Some things, even though it might be borderline, some things are just not good for society.
In general.
And sometimes we push things that we know not of, and we come back to the point of, why did we do it? And California is the biggest example of experimental everything. We just look like we're following behind them at all times.
Well, they're not even doing this, though. At least I don't think they are.
I think.
I agree with you that I don't think in general society should have, our society at least, what's left of it, should have legalized prostitution. I don't think, and I don't have any examples why, but I don't think it's good in general. I can't imagine a 14 or 15-year-old girl in high school wanting to become a prostitute for a living. I just find that, I don't even think it should be an option.
Right.
Just like being I just don't think it should be an option.
It's kind of like mushrooms. I think that's going to be one of those that's going to bite us in the butt in Colorado.
We know people, Suzanne and I, that swear by them. They call it microdosing, and they do just a lot or just a little. And I guess they don't want to drink alcohol anymore. They don't want to do other drugs. Maybe it makes them better at their job or work, but they swear by them. They honestly swear by them. But they're not eating them, I guess, in bulk. They're taking a little bit of them. When I was a teenager, I did plenty of drugs. I mean, I don't mind saying that, but I would never, I don't even understand microdosing. I wouldn't take one hit off a joint. You'd want to take 4 or 5. I mean, I don't even understand microdosing itself. Jeffrey?
No, I can't say that I do either, but I also am not into the whole pot scene. It's just not my party.
Yeah, I know. I don't dig it too much either. I'm not saying I'll never smoke it, but I generally don't smoke pot. I would probably be more willing to try mushrooms and do stuff like that, some kind of psychedelic. Have you ever done mushrooms?
I've always been terrified of anything that might give me hallucinations.
Just terrified of it?
Just terrified. I'm afraid of what I'll do.
I was terrified of growing up in South Jersey. Let me tell you, man, cocaine was a big thing, huge. I was terrified of cocaine. I always thought if I did it, I'd never get off of it because of my personality. It scared the hell out of me, so I never did it.
That's exactly why I got away from it, because that was too good of a party.
It was, wasn't it? Yeah. He's looking at me like, yeah, those were the days.
I'm thinking about it now.
Yeah, I know.
It's like that pet frog you have.
All right, 303-713-8255. What do you think? Prostitution.
You ever see the frog thing?
No, what is it?
You lick the poison frog.
Oh, yeah, like the wart?
Yeah.
Is that a real thing?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You mean you can really get high licking a frog?
Yes.
The right frog.
The right frog. Yeah, you don't just pick up a frog.
You see Mark going through the pet store now.
It didn't work.
What kind of frog is it?
Don't kiss that frog, honey.
Frog.
Did you ever do it?
Mm-mm.
Would you lick a frog's ass to get high?
No.
Who's the first person that thought of it? Who's the
one that figured that whole thing out?
Of course, it was probably their toddler. They stick everything in their mouths anyway. There's some of them. They're toxic enough will kill you. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Gravinas, you know what I love about these guys? Most window companies and door companies, they are beholden to one, and I mean it, one manufacturer. The guys at Gravinas, they cover every base, 20 different manufacturers for windows. That's over 50 different lines, whether it's a fix and flip or a $10 million house in Aspen, they got you covered. Their pricing is great, and I love Nick Gravina over there. He's at the helm now. He took over from his dad, Larry. But check him out at Gravinas.com. And not only do I talk about him, I personally use these guys. Gravinas.com. Let's talk Barry Miller. Let's talk VesteraTurnkey.com. You want to be a landlord, but you have no idea what you're doing. You want to build up a book of property and start making money. Some of our listeners with Barry are making 40 to 50% annual returns. He finds the right property. That's the secret sauce, in the right area, an area that's up and coming. You buy the house, you own it. A couple years later, you sell it and you put the proceeds in your pocket, and a lot of people start buying multiple homes at that point. Check it out, VesteraTurnkey.com.
Oh, good thing, Mark. Now you can get it in a powder form so you don't have to lick the toad.
That's a real thing.
Hallucinogenic toads.
Who's packaging this? What does that plant look like?
A baby frog, of course.
Causing a powerful religious-like trip.
Religious-like?
That's what they're saying.
You can buy it.
Yeah.
The problem is that sometimes when those doors are open, you think you can walk away, and it snatches you.
Drugs.
Drugs. Especially with young kids.
Well, I mean, the most famous one was Len Bias. Do you remember?
Oh, that basketball player.
He was the #1 pick in the NBA draft.
Boston Celtics.
They went out that night to party and snorted something,
died.
And blew his brain exploded.
Really?
Was it a bad drug?
I don't know the exact, but he was, the #1 draft. Boston Celtics.
He's a $1 billion guy.
6'9", 230-pound beast. I mean, just physical specimen.
Mm-hmm.
He went out partying with the buddies and didn't come back.
Right.
One time, that's all it took.
Mm-hmm.
Who was a Raider that got signed, was making great money, huge money, bought a Corvette, did 150, ran into a woman, killed her and the dog.
Yeah.
Well,
He just had like $100 million deal.
well,
They're still kids when that happens.
You would think a good coach would have these. They must. I'd say, because it doesn't happen that often.
mm-hmm.
There must be a whole section of like the Broncos or the Nuggets that take care of these kids coming in.
I like to think so, because
Yeah, I think there is.
There has to be, or else there'd be more of these.
Watch out for guys trying to get their money and all that stuff,
And now it's even weirder with college guys making so much money.
Yeah.
I mean, God, can you imagine being in a college atmosphere? You're the quarterback, whatever. You're making already, God,
$1 million plus.
$10 million a year.
Coming back in 1 minute. I asked that to Carl Mecklenburg once. Remember Carl?
No.
Okay.
77.
And I said, man, doesn't somebody help out the guys with money and, lawyers and whatever? He says, Shannon, the problem is you're talking about somebody who's going to do this with their body. They don't really care about tomorrow. They're not really worried about, should I squirrel a little something away, have a 401k? It's fuck it all day long. Different humans.
Well, they're 21 years old,
Can you imagine being a kid who's never seen wealth and somebody throws millions and millions on your shoulder without any training?
You have no idea what to do.
Exactly.
No
That's
one.
what's going on. Your
Sanders
shoulder's not big
had
enough.
Had a Maybach and a Rolls Royce. Hope it's you.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if he lived in the dorm, but
We made our kids start squirreling away early. I didn't. I could have, shit. We always did good, but literally, I had no impression of that. I should have twice of what we have now. We just simply.
And me
didn't.
too. Me too.
I think it goes for everybody. But now you're talking a kid, 18 to 21 years old, looking at money that no one in his family is. They didn't even know money like that.
Right. And I can't remember who it was, but he was that guard. But he lost all of his.
All right, 303-713-8255. It is so funny where the conversation turns. We were talking about prostitution. In fact, that sounds weird, just that. We were talking about prostitution. And the reason is our great government in Colorado is literally thinking of legalizing prostitution. There's actually a Senate bill came up a couple days ago. And I don't even know how that conversation morphed during the break. And by the way, if you go to youtube.com, look up Troubleshooter Network, you can hear us during the break. But it morphed into athletes at young ages making huge, huge money. And we were all wondering, like, does the Broncos, the Nuggets, all these teams, do you think they have an entire department to help these kids understand money and death? And
I think the leagues do, though, too, the NBA and the NFL, because they have a lot of money invested in these kids and the teams and everything. I mean, they do genuinely care about them. But
can you imagine at 18 years old, if someone handed me $1 million a year?
Oh, I'd be in so much trouble.
I think I probably wouldn't have survived the year.
No.
It's kind of amazing they
you wouldn't
do.
have any money left.
Definitely wouldn't have.
No.
No, and it's crazy. And then you guys were talking about who was a basketball player.
Len Bias.
And what did they offer him? He was like number one draft.
He was the number one pick in the NBA that year for the Celtics.
And what happened?
He first time trying something. I don't
Some
know what
blows,
it was.
something.
Blow, something, and it killed him.
It just killed him.
Yeah, brain.
God, number one draft pick dead over drugs. It's crazy. Or the guy in Vegas we were talking about. What was his name? He played for the Raiders.
He was drafted by the Raiders, yeah.
He had a huge, nice contract, first deal, ends up buying a Corvette, doing 150 miles an hour, runs into a woman, kills her and her dog. Yep. In fact, they burned alive. It was incredible. And he's in prison for
the rest of his life.
It's amazing. It's like you would think anybody, not just sports people, you would think it would change any of our lives, unless if you're used to that level of money. And a lot of the people, maybe not nowadays, because college can actually, you can make money in college now.
Yes.
So you might get a taste of it there.
Some of them make more money in college than their first year in the pros.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That is. I wonder what the league minimum is in the NFL now. I have a friend that lives right here. His name is Howard Balaj, and he played for, I want to say, the 49ers. He played one season, and he got league minimum, but he's probably about 60. So, I mean, we're guessing 40 years ago. I was shocked to know at the time, most people, the league minimum was $250,000. I had no idea that, I didn't think a football player made only $250,000, but back then a majority of them only made $250,000.
A buddy of mine was a second round pick, and he got $100,000 signing bonus.
$100,000
in the 80s.
Yeah. I mean, the money is just a lot different. Hey, Greg, what is your comment on Colorado and making prostitution, believe it or not, people, legal?
All right. You can hear me?
I can hear you fine.
All right, perfect. So, I spent a lot of time over in Europe, and if you kind of just do the numbers per capita in terms of sexual assaults, rapes, or whatever it is, it's not even a fraction of what the United States has. So, having prostitution gives individuals who maybe go out and have drinks, or they go out and do whatever, or they can't really talk to women, they can't, whatever it might be, but it gives them an option to go out and actually have.
You know what, Greg, hold on. I got to take this break. I thought it was just going to be a quick comment, but I want to dive into what you're saying a little more. 303-713-8255. Don't forget, you've been ripped off, taken advantage of. Get those calls in now. It's car day. We have Kevin Calkin. We got Jeff Vick. We got the guys at JFR. 303 Martino. We'll be back in a second. That's interesting if he's correct that their crime is a lot lower. I don't know if that's correct, though.
Or the correlation and causation.
Mm-hmm. They don't have guns over there, at least nowhere that I know of.
Well, look how highly regulated guns are in Canada and what happened.
It couldn't have happened. They have gun regulations, so it couldn't have happened.
And it couldn't have been a psycho that thought they were the opposite sex. It couldn't be that either.
That's not part of it.
You notice almost everybody but Fox left out that entire thing.
Yep.
I've told you guys, my daughter was on the stem cell shooting jury, and they were transing or, whatever. I don't even know what it's called anymore. I mean, I don't know if they were full-blown transvestites or they were transitioning, but they were definitely on that chart somewhere.
But transvestites and transgender are two different things.
Is it? What's a transvestite?
They think they just like wearing the opposite sex clothes, but they still identify as.
So, if you put a dress on, you're a transvestite.
Only on Saturday.
I've seen pictures.
Only on Saturday.
Only after a few beers.
Right. No, I'm reading right here. They say California does have legal prostitution.
They do? This article.
According to this article.
This Westward article on this from 2 days ago say it would be the only one next to Vegas if it passes. Or not Vegas, Nevada. It says Colorado would become the second state in the country to legalize prostitution if a new bill just introduced and the state legislature is successful. Nevada is the only state in the country with laws that allow for prostitution.
So it must just be California's fucking you so much.
They just, yeah.
They probably decriminalized it, so it doesn't matter.
We tend to follow California, so I just wanted to look that up. But
first offense is a misdemeanor.
In California? Yeah. Conducting these activities would be illegal for anyone under 18.
The change is decriminalized but does not legalize prostitution.
All it's going to do is bring all the trafficked people here.
Yeah. Sure.
That's what happened with the marijuana. So.
Brought all the homeless people here.
But for a while, people were coming out here for freaking marijuana vacations when we first legalized it.
They were making buco dollars, man.
Now a bunch of these places are going under.
They're closing or they're consolidating. You got to think out. I mean, once you get down your recipe and know how to grow the weed, it's got to be a cheap ass thing to do.
But it's
with the exception of
heavily.
It's the
electricity will burn you up.
The overhead is brutal.
Yep, you got to have the right stuff. You're saying you can't grow it with LED?
You know, they turn around, they hit us with prime rate charges and whatnot in our homes because it's peak hours. You don't go after these freaking growers, man.
Yeah.
Or the AI centers that are popping up.
Yeah, those are going to be huge.
They say they'll suck down more electricity than anything on the planet. I wonder if they'll eventually figure out how to build them in like sub-zero temps in like space or somewhere. I mean, if you can bring the temps down, if you can keep those chips cool, they'll take less power, is my understanding. Or be quicker, which ultimately means less.
That's a big if, though.
Did you guys hear us talking about diamonds yesterday?
Yeah.
Especially when you said it's only in the United States that they're marked.
Yeah. Well, I'm not saying other countries don't do it, but we're the only ones that I know with laws.
Okay.
You can't tell the difference now. It's so funny. People sought after something that is perfect. And now that you can get something perfect, we're actually putting flaws in it to where it doesn't look perfect, so therefore you think it's natural. Yeah. It's crazy.
We were in Israel, and I got a ring in Israel for my wife for our 25th anniversary. And I think I paid $4,000 for it.
Wow.
Got it down to the United States, was a little bit worried. I could have gotten gypped because there's no laws or rules that we have.
Yeah.
It turns out to be it was about $15,000.
Here.
Wow.
Does she still have it?
Makes you
Did you sell it?
Yeah.
We're still married, but
what about the ring?
I'd be going back to Israel.
Yeah.
It's actually in Turkey, now that I think about it.
That's the diamond capital of the world, isn't it? Antwerp? Belgium.
Yeah, gold and diamonds are cheap there in Turkey.
You can make gold now. It costs so much money, though.
I heard you guys talking about that too yesterday.
Yeah, once you can buy your own nuclear reactor, then it'll get cheap. So I don't think we'll see those.
I mean, you could also get gold out of the sand in the playground. Yeah, there's minute. Again, it'd be a little expensive.
Just to get the little piece.
Yeah, you get an ounce out of like the whole field.
Start sending your kids to school with a pan.
Come on,
You will work during recess.
You thought the kids at the Nike plant had it bad. Get down there in the dirt, boy.
Faster.
It was the Apple one that blew me away when they had all those suicide nets
Jumping out.
I'm like, God damn. When you got to set up suicide nets around your factory, you're either doing a damn good job or not a good job. Now you imagine that. You clock out for your 8-minute lunch. I'm out of here. I can't do this again. Tom used to argue with me that all the time. It never happened. And then I'd pull up literally all the pictures of the suicide nets. I love when he dances. You guys just missed the jig.
Oh, the Trump? Yeah. I just wish he'd quit putting his name on shit.
Mm-hmm.
I like it. It's the Trump Kennedy Center.
Come on.
Hey, at least it's not the Gulf of Trump. The White House, what would that be? Trump's house.
Trump's house.
Problem is, it's more like his third or fourth property.
What's he going to rename Greenland?
Green Trump. No. Trumpland.
Trumpland.
See, I'm the opposite. I think he should stick his name on more shit. Once the Democrat gets back in, the first year will be nothing but re-changing names back.
President Trump's Canada tariffs. Join us at 4:06.
Ripped off, bad news. You need advice so you don't have to lose. We'll come running just as fast as we can. Troubleshooter's gonna help the common man.
This is the Troubleshooter Show. Now, Tom Martino.
Welcome, my friends, to the only show of its kind. We are here to solve problems, answer questions, take complaints. It's real simple. You've been ripped off. You need some help. We expose the bad guys. We get directly involved. We actually have deputies like Deputy Bo and Deputy D and Deputy Dollar and Deputy Doc, people that have different things that make them perfect for certain cases that we get on the show. So if you do need some help, we would love to help you out. The phone number is simple, 303-713-8255 or 303-Martino. I do have three lines open right now, 303-713-8255. Also, it's Car Day, and I love Car Day because I have come to know these guys in studio with me, Kevin Calkin, Jeff Vick. I've known you guys now going on at least 12 years. So you guys have been coming around forever. JFR, Cars, Rod Greer and Bob Perry. You guys have been with us now. I've been coming up on 7, 8, 9 years.
I don't think that many, but
How many?
I think we got 3 or 4 years.
Oh, that's it. I really got. I think they're almost like here all the time now. So I guess that's it. But those guys, listen to this. You got questions on leasing, buying a car, sourcing a car. You guys do consignment, right, guys?
We do.
Is that a big part of your business?
I don't know about big,
Yeah,
but
not really.
No?
Just another service we offer.
And how does that generally work? You guys get a certain percentage. Does that percentage change depending on the deal or the vehicle? Is it always the same? If I wanted to sell my car, what I have noticed, the hardest part about selling a car is, one, if you have a loan on it and you can't afford to pay the car off, what are you going to do? You need someone to do the transaction. And number two, if the person, even if you do own your car and it's a $30,000 truck or something or a $50,000 vehicle, people don't have that. They need to get it financed, and I'm not a bank, so I ain't going to finance them. So I would figure that's where you guys really come into play.
We do. We offer services just like you go buy any car, and we can arrange financing, sell service contracts, which are extended warranties, take trades. We advertise them on most of the major sites. And so it's just like buying a car from a dealer. We just represent the customer.
And we also buy. So if you needing to get rid of a car and you don't want to go through the hassles of marketing.
Do you guys pay more than like CarMax?
Every car is different, and I can't compare because I don't know enough about what they offer. But
I heard they lowball the hell out of you. So I mean, you guys will give a fair price. I mean, we all know you got to make money.
Right.
Yeah, that's interesting. How often do you guys buy cars? JFR, like, do you buy like 10 a month or you buy 100 a month?
I mean, it varies, but quite a few.
Yeah.
I imagine if there's 100 available, they'd buy them.
Yeah.
You know, at the right price.
Oh, yeah.
And the right car.
Yeah.
Is there any stuff you stay away from? Like, I mean, would you ever buy, I guess if the price is right, it doesn't matter, but I can't imagine you'd buy a Yugo.
I don't think there's any running.
Yeah.
Right. I think we'll buy just about everything. In fact, I bought a truck yesterday from a customer, just wanted out.
He just wanted done.
Yeah.
Okay. And then you get it up for sale. I guess you put it through the washing machine and get it ready. I mean, like, seriously, just like any dealer, right?
Yep.
Right.
Okay, I want to go back to this guy because I was a little intrigued. Greg called up. He had a comment on prostitution. For people just tuning in, yes, I said prostitution, and here's why it came up. Someone on our YouTube channel sent me this article, Colorado Senate Bill 26-097. Basically, here's the bottom line. You could opt into sex work. It basically makes prostitution legal in the state of Colorado. If it was to pass, the House, the Senate, and of course the governor sign it in. And I just can't imagine why this would be a good thing for our state. I still argue the marijuana is not a good thing for our state, but, you know, I'm not like anti-pot. I've smoked plenty of pot in my years. I'm not going to lie about it. I have. There's no doubt about it. A lot of people have, but, you know, all the stuff we're reading about kids getting addicted to it now at a young age. I think I just read in the New York Times, of all places, 1 out of 10 kids gets addicted to marijuana. I remember not many years ago, I always heard marijuana is not addictive. Do you guys remember hearing that?
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Apparently it is
but
addictive.
the stuff that you and I grew up with and what's out there today is not the same.
We called it Mexican dirtweed.
Yep.
And we were happy to get that.
Yeah, we were. Yep.
A dime bag was $10. You could roll 2, maybe 3 pinners, we'd call them, out of there. And you could smoke all 3 and get a buzz.
Yep.
Nowadays, man, there's stuff, you take a little gummy, or you take a little hit, and I think it's called dab or something, and man, you're fried.
Yeah, but they do it all day. That's the difference.
Yeah, that's the difference, too.
I mean, that's within reason.
So with this Senate bill, I was arguing prostitution, this can't be good. In fact, if anything, I think it would bring in the pimps and the hoes. And I'm being dead serious. I think pimps from other places would come here because all of a sudden it's not legal. I don't think it would change the underground sex trafficking. I think it would just make Colorado more vulnerable to it. Just like when we were the first in the country to start making legalization of marijuana, what did we end up with? We ended up with a lot of addicts here, homeless people, all kinds of problems, and I think it would bring the same thing. But then Greg called up. And Greg, I'm going to let you say your initial comment again so people can hear it from you, but you were talking about in Europe.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Europe's been doing it for thousands of years. All right. So long story short, it's super regulated. Some of those workers actually have better health care than anybody here in the United States. They've been doing it for years, and it's not just off the street. I'm going to pick you up and you actually go to clubs. You get ID checked. You go in. You're legal to be there based on whatever age they tell you have to be. You know, there's bouncers in there. I mean, everything's super, super regulated. Now, of course, the state will make a lot of money off that, too. But let's talk about sexual assault.
Well, hold on, Greg, let me ask you. No, hold on. I'm intrigued how it works in Europe. So I have seen movies with what is referred to as the red light districts, where you see the girl in the movie and you walk down and they're trying to get you to come in and you're looking at them. Is it like that?
I mean, there are certain places that are, but usually they call kind of low budget and whatever. But a lot of the places are huge clubs. You go up,
like a strip club.
Check in. You get your ID card checked. You make sure you're of age. You walk in. You pay entrance fee. They give you a pair of slippers. They give you a robe. You go put your stuff, lock it up. You go take a shower, and you walk around this particular place with all these different women out there.
Do they do tests? I mean, how do you know you're not going to leave there with like 4 cases of VD?
And that's the thing. It's super regulated within Europe. These girls have really good health care. Like I said, a lot better than most people in the United States. They get checked just like a restaurant would come in and get checked. And that's why, Europe's been doing it for thousands of years, and they've, profited off of it.
It is the oldest profession.
That's exactly why it keeps going.
All right. So, and your argument is if it was here, it could actually cut down on crime.
I think so, yeah, absolutely.
Why?
Now, you're talking about guys that go out and they get drunk, right? First of all, when you're drunk, what do? Stupid things, right? A lot of that times ends up in somebody getting raped at a party where everybody's drunk. Guys that can't talk to women or don't know, and all they do is watch porn all day. Now they have the chance to actually go out there and have sex with a woman that is very good looking, and they're happy, and that's their basically get out card, and they don't want to get all hyped up, and then they end up going to hurt somebody or whatever it might be. But I mean, there's multiple things on that level.
If I'm a pimp and I'm running my hose down in Arizona, and all of a sudden Denver, it's legal to do this, you would think you would pack up your business and bring it here, along with all the other issues going on here. I think it would make us vulnerable to. I'm almost the opposite of you.
No, you're thinking just like straight guys on the street pimping. We're talking about regulated big buildings that are regulated. So that pimp is not going to just open a building. He has to pass inspections to the state. The girls have to pass inspections. I mean, this thing is super regulated.
We get Deputy Doc involved.
Biggest thing, the pimp guy, Arizona is not going to be able to go out here and open up his own thing.
So you're saying basically like how they regulate marijuana, but wouldn't you agree marijuana has probably brought more problems than good?
Well, I mean, maybe it's not regulated right. Just like you said, kids now have problems with smoking marijuana and their development, all that. Well, that's not going to be an issue.
Guys, what do you think of his argument? So we bring prostitution here will actually cut down on crime. I think we're going to get every wacko from every other state coming here looking for the ladies.
Well, because they don't know how to regulate it yet.
Yeah.
It's just like the marijuana they didn't know how to regulate properly. Well, if they actually follow somebody's plan, but they'll try to make their own.
Yeah, there was actually a case study done on it.
Europe, multiple countries have this plan already in place.
What was the case study?
There was a case study done in the Netherlands that after opening legalized monitored, what they call it, tipple zones, resulted in 30 to 40% drop in reported sexual abuse and rape cases in the first 2 years. Whereas conversely, in Nordic model, where they actually had higher restrictions against it, it raised the cases of rape and sexual abuse.
What do you mean higher restrictions?
Where they were tougher on the restrictions.
More punishment.
More punishment, exactly.
No kidding.
So, but also
so places where you'd get caned for fighting a prostitute or being one, they actually had worse violence.
Correct.
And the places where they were very lenient and allowed it, they had 30 to 40% less.
But also,
I don't know.
And going to what you were saying, it brought on other problems inside these legalized sexual area zones.
Like what?
Where more drug trafficking, more stuff that goes along with that kind of environment.
So it brought one crime down, but other crimes might have
rose
raised.
up. It brought on other ugly elements.
Yeah, but I mean, what is more murders and sexual assaults? Is drugs worse?
I don't know.
Prostitution worse.
Well, I don't know, because a lot of people get on drugs, and then that's when the murder happens.
On that, because
how many of those places have you been to?
Say again?
How many of those places have you been to where you put the slippers on and all that stuff?
No comment.
He just heard it from a friend.
How many places has your friend gone to?
My friend. I would say probably a few.
In one particular place, they actually have his bill in a frame up on the wall for the first dollar ever made.
Over a booth. much is?
Yeah, I got that special discount.
According to your friend, how much do places like that cost? And is it more like a? Is it I hate to even put it this way.
Club. It's like a club. So you walk in, you pay about €80, right? And then that's basically your entrance fee. And then from there, 80 girl you want to have sex with or whatever, it's about €50, maybe €75 pop.
Oh my God.
And wait a minute. Now,
that actually sounds cheap.
You want to have sex with her, but does she have a choice, or do you just get to pull her off the menu?
Wait. Am I crazy?
No. So
does a movie and Applebee's cost more?
There's multiple beautiful women. I mean, you talk about Maxim model women that are rolling around. It's none of this trafficking or anything like that. Like, it's super monitored, super regulated within Europe. And you just walk around, and if you like a particular girl, you start talking to her, and that's it. It's not, you just go there and they pull out girls and you pick off the bag.
But it's completely up to her, though, right?
Yeah, I mean, she could say absolutely not. And then, most of them are not, because it's money, and that's exactly why they're there. But yeah, she could say no.
So
and
how many times was your friend told no?
The bouncer ends up picking them out.
Yeah, how many of these girls actually say no? And then, honestly, according to your friend, you would think, do they look like they're happy with their job, or they look like they're...
Yeah. Actually, yeah, because the amount of money they make, especially in Europe, they make quite a bit of money doing that. They can stay there for 2 to 3 days, based off their schedule, and they'll make like €3,000-4,000. You know what I mean? But hey, they don't have to do it.
Yeah, I get it. Greg, I got you on hold. I do appreciate that call. I got to take a break. I don't think he's swayed. I don't see it good for Colorado. Look, I don't. And then I just go back to what Jeff was saying. Other crimes came up. Now you got to wonder about what? Every teenager in the world, back in our day, you'd get a fake ID to buy a beer. Now you're getting a fake ID to get, you know what I'm saying. Hold on.
Here at the Raleigh House, our team of clinical and medical professionals provide unmatched care for depression, trauma,
a la carte situation.
Well, did you ever see the menu at the Mustang Ranch in Vegas?
I've seen online, not forever.
No, I haven't.
Didn't they have an HBO show?
You backed out that one pretty quick. A buddy of mine brought one home.
Sure.
So
what else did you bring home?
Part a la carte is to answer, yeah.
Excel Roofing. I'm going to tell you what these guys are doing. They have a seminar coming up. You're going to get free tickets to the home show on the 17th of next week. In fact, Tom's going to be there. I'm going to be there. Suzanne's going to be there. You can even get a Yeti mug. I'm not going to tell you how to do it right now, but you're going to get free tickets to the event. These tickets aren't cheap anymore. The home show tickets are quite costly, honestly. You can get up to 4, so you can bring the wife and the kids, or the husband and the kids, or just the kids, or your neighbor. You get the idea. 4 people out there. Then you can spend the whole day, and then between 2 and 3, there's a seminar that Jay Bretz and Brian over at Compass and Frank Duran, the real estate man, and also Mitch Floria with the Art of Granite. They're all going to be talking about the different things they do, and you're going to absolutely love it. To give you an idea with countertops, if you bring Mitch some measurements, just bring them right there. Say, my kitchen is here. He'll give you a price right there. The insurance is going to be magnificent. You're going to learn so much about homeowners coverage. And then, of course, the new roofing materials Excel has that can save you a ton of money on that insurance. But the free tickets is well worth it. 303-761-6400. There's only about 20 or 30 left. You got to call, get them tagged. They'll email them to you. Free home show tickets, 303-761-6400. I'm done with Greg. I think Greg's been around the block.
Been around the world for sure.
Yeah, he knew a little bit too much.
Yeah, I was just wrecking.
He's like, you go in your shower, then you put on your slippers. Can you imagine if they pass that? Nothing surprises me right now about our legislation. Nothing. Not a damn thing. Paul the Waterman. He would offer a free prostitution coupon with every water system.
You go, could add that. With every overhaul.
With every transmission, yes. You get 4 tires and an alignment, you get a free blowjob at Shotgun Willie's.
Have you ever heard that one comedian? She says it's a coochie coupon.
A coochie coupon. I was thinking he was like $40. I'm like, you can't go see a movie in Applebee's for $40. They must have some good retirement plans and shit if you're only getting $40.
Wonder what their unemployment looks like.
Really ugly.
Or their workers' comp.
Really ugly.
No, I'm talking about their insurance.
Oh, I thought you meant the unemployed prostitutes.
Oh, there's somebody for everybody, Mark. Do you think ugly people actually know they're ugly? Well, do you?
I wonder what's going to happen to these clowns that ran into that church. They were pretty aggressive, yelling at people, man.
No, they got kids crying in the church.
It was crazy.
It was out of control.
That guy on the right's a psycho, man.
But do that in a mosque, and you're not even having this conversation.
No way.
I need another water. Anybody need anything?
What state was that in?
Take a water. We're going.
Minnesota.
Yeah.
Say if that was in Texas in certain parts, they'd just kill them all.
Yeah. And Don Lemon, I was there covering it as a journalist. It's like, oh, you're such a... You don't know her?
Yeah, thanks.
You know he's lying. He's not a journalist anyway.
He's been fired.
I didn't even know he was still a journalist.
He never was. That was my point. He was never a journalist.
Oh, there he is. Speak of the devil.
He was petrified when they arrested him. He thought he was being abducted. I don't give a shit.
Wasn't he the guy that was having an affair with a lady while he was on some news channel? Or that was
No, I think he's
else?
gay. Don Lemon?
Oh.
Yeah.
I know he's gay, but did that come after?
No.
Oh, okay. He's always been that guy.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, he is.
No, there's another guy.
He's a black guy and the
You're
girl.
married.
Okay, he's a black guy with the white girl.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. Yeah, what's his name? I can see his face. I can't remember his name.
Doesn't he kind of favor Don or not?
Similar, but he's more, I think, more buff than
Is he?
Don. Yeah.
Okay. I think they were let go though, weren't they both?
Yeah, they were on like a talk show
Yeah,
together.
right. Thank you.
A three-peat.
Somebody mentioned on here, sounds like a new sponsor for the referral list. Mabel's Whore House. We bend over for our customers.
That's pretty good.
T.J. Holmes and Amy Roback.
Okay.
Wealth, your trusted local fiduciary advisors. TrajanWealth.com.
All right, 303-713-8255. You've been ripped off or taken advantage of you. We want to hear from you. We had someone on YouTube read what that comment said, Jeff. It was kind of funny. Our newest member to the referral list would be...
Let's see, where's it at here?
Be careful what you say.
I don't think there's anything in here I can't say. But it sounds like a new sponsor for the referral list. Mabel's Whore House. We bend over for our customers.
Oh, God. You know, it's so weird thinking that prostitution could actually be legalized here. That guy didn't sway me at all. Did he sway you, Rod? You were like, no. Kevin, are you ready for prostitution?
No, I just think it breeds other problems.
I think it breeds a lot of problems. 303-713-8255. Any car questions, get them in. You got some of the best car guys in the industry. Maybe it's a repair question. Maybe it's a purchasing. Should I lease? You name it. We got it. 303-713-8255. And what is happening with this contractor?
Well, we had a lightning strike and a fire on July 25th, 2025.
That's a long time ago.
Right. And the first night from the fire, the first restoration company didn't secure our garage door and we got robbed. Who does that?
Oh, my
Who
God.
breaks into somebody's house that has a fire to go through their things? Anyway, whoever those scumbags are, there's probably a certain place in Hades for them.
So you got, hold on. So how did the fire start? You had a lightning strike on what? On what?
The attic. It hit the attic.
And then the house caught on fire.
Attic and burst. Yeah, the house and attic are connected to the house. And and my husband has stage 4 cancer, so he didn't even believe that we were struck by lightning. So the whole time, when I'm yelling, get your cancer drugs, get your cat, get your keys, get out of here, he was just laying on the couch. He said, the power will be on in 40 minutes. And in the meantime, I was building a firewall, dumping the laundry in the hallway, shutting doors, cramming anything under any door to suffocate, because I could hear and smell the ozone. I could hear the fire. And finally, I got my husband up and I said, listen, I can only open this door one more time, and that's to get out. And I walked out and I said, look, babe, look up at the attic. I didn't paint it a glowing orange. And he goes, oh, and I said, move. So then we pulled the ripcord on the garage and opened it and got out the gasoline and my truck and a few other things. But
how much
we never
damage?
got the cat out, but the firewall saved the cat. She didn't die in the house fire. Plus, it saved most of my house. So we just needed the attic and the garage to be redone. And this restoration company from up north of Indiana, we totally ripped us off.
What was the name of the company?
It's called ECOBAK, Echo Back.
And they're out of where in Illinois?
No, Indiana, sir.
Indiana.
It's up near Carmel. I think it's from Fishers or Zionsville area.
So they came out, and where was your house? Is it in Indiana?
It's in the southern tier of Greenwood, just south of Indianapolis.
Got it.
Just right from Greenwood, Indiana.
So it's horrible that they, didn't secure the property and they stole stuff out of your house. How did they do as far as the
that was the first restoration company. The second restoration company is the Echo Back that drug their feet, tell me that, because I knew it wasn't that bad. I knew I'd saved so much of the house. I couldn't understand why they were dragging their feet and going so slow, getting stuff out of the attic and going through it. Yeah, I realized there was a lot of Christmas up there, but, so much of it was burnt. Let's go. Let's do this. They'd come back from lunch and I'd clap my hands and go, let's do this. Come on. And they acted like, I don't know. I even said to them once, are you smoking or drinking your lunch? Because I was just like, I couldn't understand why. I'm almost 70 years old and I couldn't understand why they weren't moving as fast as I was.
Damn, you are spry.
But what was worse is they talked to my husband because the insurance would only cover the roof over the attic and garage.
Why?
And I wanted a metal roof because I told you my husband has stage 4 prostate cancer.
No, Ann, hold on. I've got to get some questions in here. So when did they finally get everything out of the attic and get it dried?
Not till around Christmas.
So, really, 5-6 months it took them just to get that done?
Yes.
And where does it stand? Ann, hold on. Let's have it back and forth. Where does it stand right now?
I had to get another contractor, and within one day, the guy walked in and he looked up, and everything they had done in the attic wasn't even up to code, sir. I'm a woman. I've only helped my husband when he used to work on stuff, hammer nails, He would teach me, hey, keep these in a row, hit the stud, here, and I'd help him. I didn't know, looking up, that those were 2x2s and 2x4s and that they wouldn't hold drywall. I've never hung drywall. I had no idea of it.
So your attic had drywall in it?
Contractor was,
And your attic had drywall in it?
Well, the ceiling above the garage would have drywall.
Okay. So I want to go back to this.
Above the garage?
And I want to go back to this question, though. Where is it at right now? Like today?
Well, the new contractor has come in, and within 4 days, that guy had the roof finished because he walked in, and the first thing he did was point up and said, "This isn't even up to code."
Okay, so he had
everything they built. They had to rip down.
Concentrate. He has the roof finished. What's not finished? What needs to be done?
Well, the new guy put on a new roof within 1 day, and it's not my metal roof that I paid. That my husband gave him $10,000 for, and they didn't even have it all the way on, and they took off.
Okay.
They just abandoned us.
So
the Echoback just abandoned us.
So the roof is done. What else is not done? Where do we stand today?
Well, we're waiting. This new contractor is waiting today to get my facade that they knocked down. I have a brick facade around the chimney, around the
And
garage.
they're going to handle that?
And that needs to be. Yeah, they're going to handle it because they handled the roof in 1 day. And even this guy said, you should have been in your house completely by September 1st.
Okay.
Why?
Hold on.
Halloween, Thanksgiving, Christmas, and New Year's.
And hold on a second. I'm going to put you on hold. I promise I'll pick you right up after this. What I'm trying to figure out is, how can we help you? I assume one of the other contractors, such as Ecoback, owes you money, in your opinion, and we can maybe reach out to them for you. Maybe there's another contractor you think owes money, the one with the metal roof, and your husband paid him $10,000. So let's kind of narrow it down when we come back after this quick break of what we can do to help you. Because I'll put one of our deputies on it and call over to these companies and figure it out. Or maybe there's another avenue through your insurance that might work. Maybe a public adjuster. I'm not sure if they have those in Indiana, but they might. And I'll look at that right after this. Holy crap, would you believe she was 70? Lord.
She likes going back over everything, makes you, you know.
I think, unlike you and I, she did not stay away from the cocaine.
Holy crap, 70 years old. I would have guessed she was 40, 30.
Right, oh yeah.
DiscountBath.com. Quality remodels at a discount price, and I can personally attest to that. Suzanne and I had one of our bathrooms done by these guys. They're absolutely wonderful people. In fact, if you're talking about, say, your master bathroom, or any bathroom for that matter, they'll come out and give you different ideas. They can talk about making the closet bigger or turning it into a California-style closet or putting in heated tile floors, or they can do something really quick like a tub-to-shower conversion. Everything, a partial remodel all the way up to a complete bathroom remodel. These guys can do it all. They have great warranties. In fact, their lifetime warranty on their solid shower wall system is unbelievable. For as long as you own the house, you have a warranty on that. And by the way, the maintenance on that is basically zero. You're going to love everything they do. You're going to love the people. You're going to love the price. And you're going to love the process. You meet with them. You talk about different ideas. You get stuff ordered. They come in. They finish the bathroom. You're going to love it. Go to DiscountBath.com. That's DiscountBath.com.
Is it cold in here, you guys?
I'm never cold in here. Everybody knows it is. I know Ryan jacks it down.
Actually, when we walk in here, it's Kevin. That's the first thing he does.
Jacks it down?
He turns it down.
Does it?
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't. I don't know if it's too hot or too cold. I'm always comfortable in here. Suzanne gets cold as shit in there sometimes.
Sometimes it gets cold sitting here right underneath this thing.
Because that, see, I don't feel it. Let's see.
But the thermostat's right behind you if you want to turn it off.
Yeah, you can turn it right there. God, I can't get over Walmart's just been on fire, man.
What's going on? Why is it taking off so much?
It's just crazy. Almost every day it's up. It's 134 and change right now, and I mean it wasn't long ago. Meaning like a month.
Just switch it to 0.
Around 100.
It's good for the Broncos.
I think you should just crank the heat up.
Did I?
Yeah.
There's nothing there. I guess that's probably right.
No, you just go 0. Isn't that the weirdest thermostat ever?
It is. I think too many guys have. Oh, the angle. You have to look at it straight. From the side, it looks completely metal.
So you have to stand up.
That's true.
Got to get up off your bum.
Yes.
Actually do something around here. Participate. Like I tell my guys, it's shop. There's always something to do.
No. Oh my God! If there's not something to clean at the shop, you're not doing something right.
Mm-hmm.
Well, nobody told me to look over there.
Right. But I can't yell at them too much. My wife does the same thing when I can't find the ketchup in the fucking fridge.
Okay, yeah.
That's right here.
So we've been going through that with other stuff. All the cars now, if it crosses the threshold of the door, I want a pre-scan.
Mm-hmm.
You want to what?
Pre-scan. I want to know what codes are in the car, you know, current codes.
That's a requirement on any of mine.
Yeah. But we've gotten into this. Well, it was just an oil change.
Yeah. But then when the customer drives away and says that check engine light wasn't on before.
But then we're getting into but what about if we're just checking air in the tires? But what about if it's just like, you know, Jesus fucking Christ. If the car crosses this line and comes into this shop, you scan it. But what if he scanned it the first time it was here and it's back a week later, so we scan it again?
You're kidding me. These are serious questions?
Yes. Because the policy I have with everybody, they all have tablets.
Mm-hmm.
The car is sent to them on the tablet, so they have the information what needs to be checked. First thing they do is take a picture of the dashboard with the car running. I want to see the Odo, and I want to see what lights are on or what lights are not on.
Mm-hmm.
And that's stored with the car. So if there's ever a discrepancy on the Odo, we can tell if it's our fault because we fat fingered it because we have it. Well, we were just checking. It's like, why do we have to do this? This is what we do.
It's going to take you longer to argue with me than it is to do what I fucking told you to do.
God, they're children.
Did I forget which dealership I was in? Could have been the Lexus store, but when you pull in, it takes pictures all the way around the car so they can look for dings and scratches.
Mm-hmm.
You don't even have to slow down.
Yeah, but you say car dealers. I remember going to pick up cars at dealers we'd be working with, and you hear the salesman, well, they just wanted to get a quick price. You know, because they try to get you to fill out all the salesman, and every single time I'm in there, there's one salesman.
Way.com, Denver's talk station. Online at khout.com.
All right, 303-713-8255. You need some help in ripped off. We've got a lot of people at referralist.com, different attorneys, of course. Everything from personal injury to, of course, criminal. And then we have people that deal just in real estate and you name it. It's simple as that. Today, though, is car day. Kevin Calkin, Jeff Fick, Rod Greer, Bob Perry. Any car questions you got, we'd love to have you call in, 303-713-8255. I do want to go back to Ann. I'm trying to figure out where we're going with this. This poor woman and her husband, lightning hits her roof last June or July, and basically it's just been crazy since then. She's gone through numerous contractors trying to get her house back in shape. She finally appears to have the right contractor there that got the roof done in a very timely manner after the other companies or contractors didn't seem to get it done or didn't get it done properly. And that's kind of where we left off. And how can we help you today?
I would like to know how to get my $10,000 back, pay for all the damage they did, because once they realized they ruined the metal roof on the house, and I was smart enough to go down that rabbit hole and realize what oil canning is, that it doesn't ever go away.
What is oil canning? I'm not familiar with that. What is it?
It's where they put a metal roof on and they put the rivets in so hard it causes lines and divots in the smooth metal roof.
I'm seeing it. I Googled it. Yeah, it's interesting.
The metal roof was supposed to be corduroy, and it was this big, fat, wide, like industrial-looking stuff, but they ruined it putting it on, wrong underlayment, and then they just abandoned us.
What kind
Once
of
they
roof
realized
did you?
that we were smart enough to get checked.
What kind of roof did you have to begin with?
One of those shingle roofs, 3D.
How much did insurance pay for the roof? I assume insurance did cover the roof.
Oh, they only covered the part above the garage and attic because that's what got hit. But because my husband has cancer, I figured if you get a metal roof, it has a lifetime guarantee, and I'd be good with that, that I would never have to worry about this. And we get a lot of tornadoes through here, a lot of hail damage.
And let me,
so I figured
and hold on though. Listen to the question I'm asking you. How much did the insurance company give you towards the roof? 5,000, 10,000, what?
Hold on, my husband's saying.
Sure.
Maybe 5. Almost 5.
And that was just for a portion of the roof because that's all that was really damaged. Now, when you went to go to a metal roof, how much of the metal roof was going to replace even the good part of the shingled roof, right?
We went with the whole thing.
And how much?
To be metal over everything.
How much was the metal roof going to cost you? I know the $10,000 you guys gave them, so it was $10,000 plus the insurance company gave $4,000 or $5,000. So the entire metal roof should have been $15,000.
20.
We had to pay an additional $20,000 for the metal roof.
In addition to the $5,000 you got from insurance.
Correct.
So they came out and they put the metal roof on. This contractor, they put the whole roof on. I understand it was oil canning and it looked horrible, but did they actually put it on?
It wasn't ever finished. They never ever put all the roof on.
How much did they get done?
Less than half of it.
Okay, and did you guys kick them off the job? What happened to them?
No, we didn't kick them off the job. I was asking about the oil canning on it.
Got it.
They said, that's called oil canning. Once we finish the roof and the sun gets on it, that'll go away in 4 or 5 months. And I thought, you'll be gone in 4 or 5 months. What, are you kidding me?
Okay.
And
so
I went down that rabbit hole.
Then what happened, though? So they just never finished it? They got mad because you weren't happy?
Never finished. They never finished the attic. They never finished the garage. They never finished the electrical. They never painted the inside with kills. They never finished anything. They just left.
How much did they get out of your insurance money besides the $5,000 for the roof? How much?
That was $10,000 for the roof, and that's as far as I know, that's all they got. So far,
for all the work they did, they got $10,000 from you guys and $5,000 from the insurance company.
Something like that, yeah.
And how much of that material was left? Is all the metal roof material there? I mean, I realize that you had another roof put on.
It's in my front yard.
Okay. And when you last talked to this company, and what company is this, by the way, that did the metal roof? Is that EcoBack?
Yeah, it was somebody they subcontracted. We thought that it was their guys, but it was somebody they subcontracted, and we don't even know the name of the company.
So for people listening, hold on a second. For people listening, when you have a restoration company come out, most likely they're going to want to do some of the work. I highly suggest you don't hire them. You hire people of different trades, but this happens to all kinds of people, and not just you. Restoration people think they're the jack of all trades. Some of them might be. Some of them might have great roofers they work with, and great door people, and great painters, and drywall, and great everything. But a lot of them have no clue of what they're doing. They just want all the insurance money. Now, everything you've told me, though, and I'm going to come back to you, but once again, I'm up against a break. Here's the one part. You've only given them $15,000. With this new contractor coming in and doing everything, how much more out of pocket are you? Not out of insurance money, but out of pocket.
Well, being we haven't been in our home and in a trailer in our backyard in this cold weather and snow,
did your insurance?
We're out quite a bit.
Well, okay, I'm talking about hard cost on the property itself. How much are you out?
That's hard to say.
All right, hold on. I can't seem to get a number out of her.
She don't know it.
She's tough.
Walmart's looking healthy.
It's crazy.
Isn't it?
It's crazy.
32% in 6 months.
I own so much Walmart. TheArtOfGranite.com. They have done so many countertops for us in our house. It's crazy. I love what Mitch does. In his yard out in Golden, man, they've got so much quartz and granites and marble. You name it, they have it. And they have a wonderful selection. And what I really like is even if they don't have that exact thing you want, they can still fabricate, do the job for you. They'll even let you use their wholesale account to order the granite from other places, but you're going to be pretty happy with their choices. It's incredible. We always have that. Now, he's actually going to be at the home show on the 17th with Tom and myself, and he's going to be out there with Jay Bretz with Excel Roofing and Frank Duran, the real estate man. And these guys are all offering free tickets for the home show. They're going to have a little seminar between 3 and 4. No, I'm sorry, between 2 and 3 on the 17th. But you can go to the home show all day. I'm going to give you the number to call up for the tickets. There's not many left. In fact, there might not be any left, but it's worth calling up and seeing if you can still get some. But you're going to learn a lot of information there. You're going to enjoy the home show, and you can actually get up to 4 free tickets. Here is the phone number, 303-761-6400. Call right now, get those home show tickets, 303-761-6400. Excuse me.
Did you think that Ring thing was weird, the surveillance? Did you see the commercials for it on the Super Bowl? Basically, if you have a lost pet, you can put the pet into this community thing.
Oh, yeah.
And start using other cameras to search for
Yeah. No, I mean, I think it's cool, honestly.
Yeah.
I think you could probably opt out of it.
Well, yeah, but Ring now has cut ties with that company because of all the backlash they said.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because
wonder
people
why.
are so negative towards it.
I don't know why that would be negative.
Big Brother, you know, that kind of, like there's not out there already.
I think it's an ingenious idea.
It's a great idea. You know, Fluffy's down the block and you can't find her, but, you know.
You know, your Comcast modem, if you have Comcast, does that.
Yep.
When people are driving by, they can hop on your Wi-Fi.
Yep.
I can see the potential for abuse in that, though.
Well, sure.
Oh, of course.
But I've always been kind of, if you're just that interested in my life, you got more problems than I can ever have.
It would be, I mean, when you have a missing pet, though, that's pretty cool.
You know, maybe that needs adult or child or something, you know, you're looking for.
Especially a kid, imagine that.
Or that needs adult. Somebody wanders off, you know.
Being able to track the porch pirates.
Yeah, oh yeah. Well, you can track it from that big spot of paint on, from your paintball gun too. That's still assault with a paintball gun.
Anytime if you spit on somebody, it's assault. So
that's true.
Has it been a shitty ski season? Do we know?
yes,
It has been.
oh yeah, and that's going to roll into next year regardless of the snow. Because if you're not able to go this year, the conditions have sucked, everything else. What are the likelihoods that you're going to buy a season pass for next year?
You're not
in advance of knowing whether the weather is. Yeah.
Right, and it's not just we talked about this last week
the
at Tom's.
pizza place, the tea shop place,
the little mom and pop that sells the souvenirs. They're all suffering for a lack of foot traffic up there.
Well, people bought like those Epic passes and stuff. They're $1,000 or more.
And those are about all the only people that are going up there.
It's that value.
Yeah, because people aren't. You're not going to buy a lift ticket for the day.
No.
So yeah, so they got that bump early in the season. Well, they stopped making money generally.
That was the most snow we had down here.
They stopped making money off those passes generally sometime in January. Then they're dependent upon other people coming up for the weekend or for the day.
And they're not coming up.
They're not coming up.
It's expensive no matter what you do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, why would you spend that money, too, if it's crappy conditions?
It's like golf.
Yeah, that's crazy. But like Crested Butte's probably about normal, right?
I don't know.
I don't think any of them are normal. The snowpack is 50% of normal, statewide.
We're less than 50%. We should have over 100 inches by now, and we've got 60.
Denver or where?
At my house, my cabin. We've got currently a 30-inch base.
It's crazy.
But I look out off my deck, and there's areas I can see the grass.
Where is it?
In Cimarron. So I'm almost dead smack in the middle between Gunnison and Montrose.
Nice.
It's windy out there, right?
What's that?
Pretty windy out there?
Not generally.
No?
No, I mean, we get windstorms, and I've lost trees to the wind. Lost 3 big ones a few years ago. We're still burning that wood.
What's freaking with the wind and different things they'll do up there? Yeah.
First Talk Station, 630 KHOW.
All right, 303-713-8255, 303 Martino. I am up against it real quick. I'm going to go back to Ann, though. And would you like us to reach out and see if we can't get you that 10 grand back? Is that really where this is coming down to?
Well, it's even more than that because we've had to live in this trailer. We've had so much heartache. It's just the way they just took advantage of us.
And I agree with you. Everything you're telling me, I feel for you. What I'm looking for is direction, though.
Yes, at a minimum of $10,000 because they also took all our gutters off because we put different type up, which was included in that price.
Got it.
So now we had to replace all our gutters.
All right, hold on. Here's what I want you to do. Kelly, grab the phone number from Ann of the contractor, the Eco Back, and we're going to try to reach out to them and see if we can't get them on the air to get their side of this story and try to figure out how to get the money back. But if they started doing the roof and the roof looked horrible, and I do have a question for Jay Bretz on it. When the sun hits us, it's called oil canning. And basically it's this wave. It almost looks like it got hailed on. But I am curious, when the sun hits it, if it would have went away. I'd like to know what the roof rats say about it. So we've got that and a lot more. Remember, it's car day. I got 2 lines open, 303-713-8255. Get in those car questions from my car experts, 303 Martino. We'll see you in a sec.
Opposite, it worsens.
The sun worsens it. Oil.
That is ugly. I've never heard the term, but when you see it, it's like it makes a lot of sense.
I wonder why they call it oil canning, though. Looks like they threw oil cans at it. I mean, is that why?
I don't know.
Could have called it bowling.
Exactly. Baseballing. I wonder what they have to say. We shall see. Issue with engine computer. Kevin wants that one. 1969 Dodge truck.
It doesn't have an engine computer. Oh, see?
Because they put a 2002 engine in it. Yep, of course they got an issue with it. Yeah, no, thank you.
Oh, I'm sure it's,
it's probably
a loose wire.
Yeah, it's just,
yeah.
In fact, that 02 is actually from a Ford. They put an EcoBoost.
Oh, yeah, there's a good motor right there.
They put an EcoBoost in their 69 Dodge.
I heard they're getting rid of the Ford Escape.
Why? It's been such a great car.
I don't want to get rid of it.
Hey, that sounded sarcastic.
I make too much money on them damn things. Keep them around.
That's like shutting Jeep down.
That's trickle-down economics. They're going to hurt me on that one.
What motor does that have? That one?
It depends.
It's a 1.6, a 2.0, or, there's a couple.
Yeah.
They all sucked. It's Rodney's favorite car.
Oh, my gosh. That cost me more money than I can even imagine. And they had a warranty.
What was your Depends joke from back in the day?
What's 80-year-old pussy taste like? Depends.
It's like the first time I heard it. That is so funny. And I used to fuck up the punchline.
Because you say, it depends.
Which is still funny as shit.
So Anne does not have any of the numbers because everybody working was Spanish.
Well, I'll ask her.
So
It's 2, 3, 7.
I don't know. She doesn't have.
She must have somebody's info of some sort.
She had to have gotten a hold of these people somehow. We don't need to talk to the people that worked on the house, lady. We need to talk to the company that worked on the house.
Go to more of a deeper dive because it needs some digging because they're both kind of not really sure. You know what I mean?
Yes. Yes. After talking to her for 15 minutes.
30 minutes.
I know exactly what she did.
Exactly. You're starting to
And when Kelly can't understand gibberish, you know it's gibberish.
Gibberish.
Grab something to drink. Anybody need anything?
I'm good, thank you.
Whiskey.
Whiskey. Got it.
No, I'm good. Boy, back in our computer show days on Saturday nights, I'd do a show downtown between 8 and 9. No, wait. 7 and 8. Yeah, 7 and 8. And then at 10 o'clock, I'd be on a different radio station from 10 till midnight. Although it might have been 3 hours. It's so long ago. But I'll tell you what, back then, on the air,
Dr. Johnny Fever.
we would have just drinks. That shit was crazy.
What was the computer store you had? Was there more than one?
Yeah, I had 3 at one point. Mountain Peak.
Okay.
Mountain Peak Computers. And it was a Mountain Peak computer show. I had a great sponsor, Microsoft. It was perfect.
Is that the one that's off of South Colorado Boulevard? That Mountain Peak?
South Colorado Boulevard, no?
No.
Is there a Mountain Peak computer store still?
No, they do a lot of used computers, and they were not always Mountain. I mean, they were not all whatever they are now.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. So.
No, I had one, so in Parker, I had one on Santa Fe right across from Arapahoe Community College. And then my original one was right where Parker Road turns into Leedsdale in Denver.
What made you sell that? It sounded like that was pretty lucrative.
It was really good. Dell was coming on hard. Back then, Dell was starting to build, or not Dell, Gateway. Gateway was building Gateway country stores, and that was basically exactly what I did. And they were a huge company, though. And they were starting to open them up like in the mall and shit. And I just kind of saw the writing on the wall and sold them. I sold them at the right time. I figured I'm better off selling them then than selling them in a year.
Oh, okay.
So the one guy who bought my Parker one, I don't know if it's literally him, but the phone number is still Mountain Peak Computers. It's 303-400-4000.
Oh, wow. Good number.
Mm-hmm. And you used to just build them from scratch?
We did a shitload of repair, but I did a lot of networks for small to medium-sized companies, point of sale. You guys heard of, what's that barber shop around?
Floyd's.
When they first came to Colorado, I think they opened 5 or 6 at one time. I put in all the point of sales for all theirs. So it was stuff like that. But I sold to a lot of individuals as well. Mm-hmm. People would come in and just buy one computer.
That's when clones were the big deal, right? Because they don't do a lot of clones now.
They were almost all clones. Everything we did was clones. I didn't sell like Dell or Gateway. We built them right there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. People would come in and buy parts just to build their own. We sold a lot of like motherboards and hard drives and
so you were the Micro Center before Micro Center?
Mini Micro Center. Yep. Yeah, we were, so like my one in Parker and Cottonwood was right next to King Soopers. So it was like basically in the King Soopers, but we had our own front door. And then our other one was near, if you go down where Parker Road turns into Leedsdale, there's actually still a green Walmart there. It's a Walmart. It's not a super Walmart. All they sell is groceries. Well, that used to be a different grocery store, and we were right next to that. I forget if it was a Safeway or what it was.
Or Albertsons, maybe.
Yeah, and then the one across from Arapahoe Community College, it was just us in a liquor store. So, but they were all about the size of a Radio Shack.
Mm-hmm.
That was back when you can buy all those parts, though.
We made a ton. I'll tell you, used stuff we made a ton on. A ton. Like people would come in and buy a new motherboard and processor, but we would bring their hard drive over and it'd be new RAM because it was different for the motherboards. Mm-hmm. And then we'd take their old stuff and upgrade other people who had shit even older. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, really, building someone a new one created 3 different avenues of profit for me almost every time. It was very profitable business. I sold that last one in Cottonwood for all I sold.
I was going to call my defamation lawyer.
I haven't drank a thing.
Weekday afternoons at 4 on Denver's talk station, 630 KHOW.
Ripped off, bad news. You need advice so you don't have to lose. We'll come running just as fast as we can. Troubleshooter's gonna help the common man.
This is the Troubleshooter Show. Now, Tom Martino.
Welcome, my friends, to the only show of its kind. We're here to solve problems, answer questions, take complaints. We are here to help you and people that you know recoup money if you've been ripped off. 303 Martino, that number works right now. It also works whether we're on the air or not. You can leave a message here at any time. And by the way, since it's Friday and Car Day, help at troubleshooter.com. HELP at troubleshooter.com. That number, or I'm sorry, that email we monitor all the time. In fact, if you email us during the weekend, there's a good shot you would get an email back before even Monday comes. But we'd love to get you lined up and on the show. 303 Martino. Once again, Kevin Calkin, Jeff Vick with Kimmer Transmission. Kevin's with Sheridan Auto Tech. Then we also have the JFR family and Rod Greer, Bob Perry. These guys sell vehicles. They can do leases. They can source stuff. I think the coolest part about what they do is, well, first of all, if you want to buy a new vehicle, they can generally get you the best price out there and you don't have to deal with the dealership. And it doesn't matter if it's a Nissan or a Ford or a Volkswagen. They have relationships with dealers all around the country and they can source whatever vehicle you want. They'll do the shopping for you. then you can talk about different financing options or leasing or whatever you want. It's like having one dealership that sells every vehicle. It's kind of cool. Instead of like going to Phil Long Ford, all you're going to deal with is Fords. You call JFR and you guys have everything. I mean, pretty much anything you're looking for, new or used, they can source for you, and they can help you sell your vehicle through consignment or write you a check on the spot. Kevin Calkin with Sheridan Auto Tech. These guys are incredible. I've known Kevin forever and a day. I don't care what kind of vehicle you have, they can fix it. They have some of the best electrical guys out there. They can fix any strange electrical problem. Then, if you ever need a transmission or a transfer case, Jeff Vick, Kimmer Transmission. Not only are you going to save a ton of money compared to, say, a dealership, but he's got great warranties, and he just knows how to fix transmissions. He lives and breathes them. They actually, I mean, really, what, 90% of the time, you're doing it right there in-house?
Probably more than 90%, yeah.
The only ones you really are just removing and replacing are those ones you can't stand.
Well, no, we do build some CVTs also. But the question is, what parts are available? Can we build it today?
Can you build it?
So, and then there's other times where you get in there and the thing is such a disaster that it's actually going to cost more for us to build it than to replace it. And we're not going to do that to you.
All right, listen, I'm going to finish up with Ann real quick. I do want to tell people about Water Pros, though. Paul the Waterman, check this out. He has got systems that not only get rid of all those plastics, those microplastics, but also gets rid of the chlorine, softens the water, and you get a point of view system at the kitchen sink. So you get a whole water treatment center. On top of that, you get the reverse osmosis at the drinking fountain. All this for less than $4,700. That's the best deal out there. We have had their system in our house now for 3 or 4 years. Next to zero maintenance. It just works perfect. Suzanne loves the water softener, loves it. She loves her hair in it, of all things. I don't have a ton of hair, so that doesn't help me out very much. But the bottom line is you want the best, you get it for less. Go to waterpros.net, waterpros.net, and he texted me during the show. He has a coupon for a water system. I'm not going to tell you what you get. Ask him. Say, Mark was talking about the coupon if I get a new water system. So that one's for you, Paul. Waterpros.net. Now, I got to finish up here with Ann. And I wanted Kelly to get the information from the contractors so we could call over and try to get you the $10,000 back. But I was told you didn't have any information about anybody.
No, they really just pulled the wool. I mean, we thought we were dealing with that company, the restoration company.
But, Ann, how do I...
were their people.
Okay, well, that's fine. That restoration company that hired the roofers, do you have their information?
No.
What?
We thought that was part of it. My husband is throwing his arms up. Do you know? Let me see.
How would how would anybody possibly help you? If you don't know who even ripped you off, how do we go from here?
Oh, I just know the Echo Bank was Ricky Wendell.
Okay, hold on. Listen, we're going to try to help you out, Ann, and her husband. Listen, give us all the information you have. I'm going to turn it over to one of our deputies to start figuring stuff out. I'm also going to want a copy of any kind of contract or anything you have. Anything, literally anything that has to do with this. We need something. We need some kind of direction. So hold on and give Kelly whatever information you have. If you need to email us something, she'll give you an email. Anything. We've got to have something. I do want to try to get that $10,000 back for you. I mean, that's where I'm going with this. Now, Robert, what is going on with this 2002 engine in a 1969 Dodge truck? Did Kelly write that up correct?
You must be talking about me.
Yeah, what happened?
Well, talk about your strange electrical problems, so I challenge for your experts. For 10 years, that 2002 engine got transplanted in a 1969 vehicle with the CPU, PCM, whichever the correct terminology. Everything was just fine until, a minor engine fire. So anyway, the new shop has had it for about a year and a half. And they, best I can suss out, they got a PCM from Napa and had it programmed for that 2002 engine. But of course, the 1969 body doesn't have all the emissions and all the extra goodies, so that it's now throwing all kinds of codes that because there's a lot of those accessories that aren't attached anymore. So bottom line is, I'm looking for that person, that company that can remap that CPU or PCM or whichever proper term
Guys, is that even, Kevin Calkin, is it possible? Almost anything's possible. Is it probable to remap something like that?
Well, yeah, I mean, it would have been something that was highly modified to work, but I mean, it would depend on the codes and just kind of what he's doing. I wouldn't automatically jump to the computer. You know, when he said fire, that kind of sent up some signals. You know, we got to make sure all the
smoke signals.
Yeah, exactly. And, but you got to make sure everything's wired correctly.
How do you even start on something like that?
It's a project.
It's just one at a time.
It's a project.
It's definitely a project, and
is it even worth throwing? But Robert, is it even worth throwing money at this point?
I've got so much money into it, so it's bad money after bad. But yeah, I'm in the middle of it. It is a vehicle that I want to save. I've had this vehicle for many, many years. It's
so Kevin, to put it, if he had it towed up there or got it up there, for you to put a guy on there, one of your top electrical guys, that that's all he does is stuff like this. Yep. I mean, really, you're talking a lengthy. You don't even know how long. I mean, how do you even give a guesstimate on something that you don't even know where you're at?
Something like that, you would have to approve a certain hours dollar amount, and once that's spent, then you would have to approve more. There's no other way to quote it.
Yeah, I mean, because you have no idea what you're getting into.
What engine did you swap over?
Oh, good question.
It's another Dodge 5.9 Magnum out of a 2002 heavy pickup, 3/4 ton pickup.
Sure.
So it's basically a stock engine. So I'm not looking for speed. I'm not looking for 10
Why
years.
couldn't you? Let me ask Kevin something. Why couldn't you just take the computer out of whatever that he just described, the O2 vehicle the engine was made for, and use that computer?
I think that's originally what they had, but with the fire, it damaged the computer, and they had to replace it. And now they're starting to have problems.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. If there's any way to simplify it.
My God, that could even that could be a melted wire or something that's shorting out inside the harness.
Mm-hmm. Is it running at all?
Yes, it definitely is running, but it's not reliable, and it's been a year and a half at the shop, and they did rewire. They bought a harness from a company out in Michigan, and it's so yes, there's a lot of things I don't trust, but all I can tell you is that for 10 years, it was a trustworthy situation.
What happens, so when it is running, you said it's running, but then what happens? It just turns off, or what happens?
No, it is unreliable. Sometimes when you come to a sudden, more rapid stop, it'll stall as if it was a carbureted engine. It is not. It's fuel injected. It has limited horsepower. If you try to accelerate rapidly, it kind of starves out as if it was a bad flow.
How much did those guys, the people that have had it the last year plus, how much have they charged you so far?
I'd be embarrassed to tell you.
Well, I mean, give me an idea, seriously.
I'm into it for about $5,600 so far, and I still owe some more money on some projects they still want to do.
Oh, my goodness.
I'm not shy of spending the money. I do want to keep
You just
the
want
truck.
it fixed.
Yeah, I want it reliable.
Was this like your high school truck or something, man, the 69 Dodge? Why are you so tied to it? Like a project car that you've had forever, or what's your tie?
Well, the tie is it's probably one of 9 that are still running in the world.
Oh, my God.
Some people think there was 50. Some people say maybe there was 250 of them built. It was a conversion done by Frank's Industries out of Brown City, Michigan. It was only a 2-year situation. So it's a unique truck. And it's done us really well for many, many years.
Kevin, is this something
all over the country?
Kevin, in all honesty, and I mean this, is this something you would even want to look at? It's just it sounds like it could be.
Yeah, I don't really have the space or the shop set up right now for something like that. I do know people that I could send them to, but I wouldn't do it.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
You do have people that could get him going.
They might. Yeah, I would give him a few numbers he can talk to.
Where should he reach you at?
He could just call us at the shop. You know, the 455-7242, 303. Now, when you say van, is this a conversion van? Or
I'll give it out again.
Yes.
It's a van. That's even worse.
It's a van?
Oh, good.
No, I was just saying vans are much more difficult to work on.
So it's a B series?
Well, because you're on one end of the wiring harness, and you're inside the cab on the other end, and you got to go back and forth.
Should I mention that it's 69, so it's mid-engine?
Yep. What do I search? What do I search on Google in order to see what one of these looks like? 69 Dodge what?
Explorer with an X, XPLORER 21. Frank's Industries out of Brown City, Michigan.
Holy moly. Let's see here. The Dodge Explorer 21 is a rare vintage Class B motorhome built on a Dodge A108 van chassis. Wow, that thing's, it looks like the Scooby-Doo mobile.
Yep. Oh, no, don't give me Scoobies. No.
Holy. Okay. He needs some Scooby snacks. Look at this
thing. I would feed it Scooby snacks if I thought it would cure it.
It's super long. How many feet is that thing?
19 and a half foot.
God, that is an odd looking deal.
Isn't it?
It is. I can see why you're attached to it. What's the inside like? Is it all cherry on the inside?
I've modified it since it was cherry to begin with. I've taken out the propane and made it all electrical. Wow. So yeah, it's got, instead of having a propane stove and such, we're down to like microwaves and things that are more user friendly. But yeah, it's a full system.
Well, okay, so, Kevin does have some ideas of people that can help you out here. And you can call Kevin, call up the shop 303-455-7242 or SheridanAutotech.com, but 303-455-7242. That's what I'd be afraid of. Back in my day with the Goodyears, that thing would sit and tie up a bay that I could do 5 brake jobs a day out of all day long, compared to having one thing, even if it's $200 an hour, whatever it is, regardless, I could never justify doing an engine swap or anything that would take a week plus, because I could make it in light work stuff all the time.
This is almost like restoration work, working on this.
Hey, Jeff Vick with Kimmer Transmission. When someone comes to you, what is the average time you have the vehicle, if there's such a thing?
You know, as long as parts are readily available and everything else, we're probably about a 3-day turnaround in most cases.
So no matter what, they drop it off Monday, Wednesday or Thursday, typically they get it back.
In most cases.
That's pretty quick for tearing apart and rebuilding a transmission. I mean, honestly, I thought he was going to say a couple weeks.
I don't like to see cars for more than a week. And that's for one end to the other. Parts or people waiting to pick up.
Doesn't matter what.
Yeah, and parts is one of the biggest issues. I mean, sometimes we do have them for a week, 2 weeks. I mean, I tell people now, because of parts, plan on 5 to 10 business days. If we can get it done faster, we will.
Yeah, you want it out of there. You want the bay back. Sure. All right, Joel and Larry, we're talking a Toyota Tacoma and a Ford Bronco. You guys are up right after this.
You couldn't pay me $5,600 to have a conversation about that car.
No.
Did you see what it looks like? Yeah. It's like a super long van.
It's so ugly. It's kind of mid-engine.
Yeah, you're right. It is. It's one of those.
Yeah, so
the engine sits behind the driver. It's mid-engine is what it's called.
It's a mid-engine?
Well, you see how flat the front is? There's no access to the engine in the front.
Oh, yeah.
I can see why he wants it, though. It's so rare. I've never seen it.
You can tell the guy's had it forever. So
not only is it a van, it's an RV.
Yeah, I know.
And it's modified, and it had a fire. Other than that, it should be pretty easy.
So he's going to bring it up to you. And it's 19 feet long.
And smoking's not allowed.
And it's 7 feet tall. Do you have the alignment specs on it?
And it has to be kept inside at all times.
Yeah. We used to have a customer bring in an old Volkswagen van, and I hated when this guy came in. He had over 500,000 miles original engine in there, and it was pristine and old as fuck. But the oil change, you know where you filled the oil up?
Where?
Under the fucking front driver's seat. So you had to bring our greasy-ass, oily fucking guys into this pristine, built-out thing, and you bring the seat up and you fill the oil up right under the front seat.
What was it?
Wow.
A Volkswagen...
Toyota did the same thing.
Van. Oh, maybe it was a Toyota.
It was Toyota, yeah.
It had like a little sink.
And the little seatbelt used to hold the seat up. Yeah, it was a Toyota.
It was a Toyota.
It had
Half a million miles.
It had an ice maker in it.
I remember the kitchenette. It was like the smallest motorhome in the fucking world. But I always, because the guy was a total fucking, the guy was hard to deal with. And I was always afraid we were going to get something fucked up in there. It's the only vehicle I can think of where you fill the oil up inside the cab.
Exactly. Yeah, I was impressed because they use the air conditioning to actually make ice. They have these little bitty ice trays in the center console. Yeah,
I didn't know it had that.
Yeah,
it's kind of cool. What year was that?
I want one.
Yeah.
Mid-'80s Toyota van.
Was it the van or was it the truck that had the camper that went over? Because they sold a lot of those back in the day.
It was definitely a van.
No, it's a van.
Okay.
Was it the Previa?
No, God, no. It looked like the old Volkswagen van, like the hippie van.
See, 84 to 91 featured factory refrigerator.
What's it called?
It's just Toyota van.
They weren't creative enough.
They didn't even give it a name. It's the van.
It wasn't a
This is the Toyota car.
What's the picture look like?
I remember them,
With ice.
Well, I got to watch the freaking commercial.
Oh, of course.
Yeah, there it is. Look at that picture right there. It has
little ice trays in it.
the little ice trays.
How little ice are we talking?
Oh
We're
my
talking
God.
like,
No, we're talking ice trays like, yeah.
Well, yeah, but I mean,
There's
the ice itself, is it like going to Sonic or?
No, well, except it's square.
Yeah, we're not talking the Mark's fancy refrigerator type,
The big balls.
what do they call that ice?
Cocktail ice.
Cocktail ice or craft ice or...
So Toyota also makes one. You can only buy it in Japan, and it kind of reminds me of like a Chrysler 300. It's got a V12 in it, a V12 Toyota, and remember, because they're all right-hand drivers over there. So on the left-hand seat, the front seat has a hole in it, and that hole goes down so the guy in the back seat, like if you're in a limo, can put his feet through the seat.
Oh, my God.
And stretch out. It also came stock with a VCR and a TV.
Oh, okay. Was that the Crown?
See, I didn't realize this is an ice and a hot box. So you could turn it, use the heat from the engine to cook dinner, too. Yeah, it's got two switches for hot and cold.
Wow.
It's called the Toyota Century G50.
Wow.
It's got a V12.
Four-wheel drive.
What year was that?
Really?
The one I got pictures of and saw was like an 04. This guy had it over here. Suzanne said the funniest thing, and it took me a minute to even get it. She goes, "You must not go through a lot of drive-thrus because it's a right-hand drive. You couldn't.
Right.
You're never next. You could never go through a drive-thru."
Right.
Twin turbo V12.
Must have been a fun car back in those days.
Who made that?
Toyota. Toyota. Look up. Just look up Toyota Century V12. They only sell it in Japan, though.
And he brought it over, huh?
He brought it over. It's old, though. I mean, his was like an 04 or something. But it literally had the hole in the seat. I thought was crazy. It came with curtains stock, so the back literally had curtains, fucking curtains. And the VCR. Do you see a picture of it?
Nothing fancy.
No. Well, they try to make it look fancy.
Yeah.
And it says, due to the 25-year import rule, 97 to 01 models are currently eligible. So this dude's must have been in there, a 97 to an 01. And then Deputy Dimitri, he's big into Toyotas. He said that Toyota, they label them Toyotas, but it's a completely outside company that makes them. I don't know what really.
Century is not made by Toyota. Yeah.
From the Trajan Wealth K-House Studios. Trajan Wealth, your trusted local fiduciary advisors. TrajanWealth.com. Denver's talk station, 630 K-How.
All right, 303-713-8255. By the way, Frank Duran, the real estate man, He's going to be at the home show. You want to talk about selling your home, he'll do a free valuation for you, but you get to meet him right there. It'll be on the 17th. In fact, you can still get a few free tickets for the event for the home show. Up to 4 Excel Roofing is putting on a very, very good seminar. And it's going to be from, I believe it's 2 to 3 on the 17th. But they're going to give you free tickets not only to the seminar, but to get into the home show on the 17th. So you can hang out at the home show, and then in the afternoon, shoot over. You can meet Jay Bretz. You can meet Frank Duran. You can meet Brian Burns with Compass Insurance and talk about insurance and what everybody sees going on with roofing and insurance. And you're going to be shocked. Guess what? Rates are going up again. But Frank's going to be there as well. And Mitch Floria, one of the best countertop guys ever. I'm telling you, take advantage of these free tickets in the seminar. The info, and Tom and myself are going to be out there as well. And you can actually get a free Yeti mug while supplies last. Get to see the home show. But call these guys up. I don't know how many they have left, but I guarantee it's not many now. 303-761-6400. Tell them you want those free tickets to the home show and the seminar. 303-761-6400. Now, let's go right to Joel. Hey, Joel, what is your question?
Yeah, I've got a 2007 Tacoma just gifted to me. It's only got 78.5 miles on it. And I was looking at some forums. They said they had some problems with some rust, and a lot of the people are having to replace the frame. And apparently it was a recall at one point. And they said on one of the forums I was looking at, either repair it or mitigate the rust. I see a little bit of rust under there. I was wondering if that recall would transfer to me at that point.
Well, a true safety recall, I think they have to do on any vehicle, right, guys? I mean, it's not first owner, second owner. I can't hear you.
I don't know why.
There you go. Say it again.
They're not forever.
No, they're not.
No, this one, what I'm reading, expires 15 years from date of first use.
When was your in-service date, you know?
07.
Oh, so no matter what, it's not going to...
No, he's not covered.
No, it doesn't sound like it,
Well,
man.
sometimes if you go to the dealership and they look at it, I actually bought one myself out of, I think it was out of New York, and got it shipped here, and it was over 15. It was actually 20 years old, and it was rusted so much.
Well, you see the picture? Is that what yours did?
No, ours, when they took the wheels off, the whole braking system and everything just fell to the ground.
Oh, wow.
What was what caused it? They didn't,
it wasn't properly treated.
Right.
And it was a settlement of a class action. Is how it all came about.
And then coming from New York, the one you had, of course, it was bad, just as salt water.
Exactly.
But where were you going? Did they fix it?
I just bought it for investment, just truly of investment car, and once, but I didn't know it was that bad. I said, hey, let's just check it out for us. And then once they checked it out, it was so bad, and the whole front end basically fell to the floor.
Oh, my God.
They felt obligated to put a whole new frame in there.
So they did do it.
They did a whole new frame.
They did a lot of them.
So what should I do to mitigate anything that's going on now if it's not that bad?
I'd go see a body shop.
Yep.
Yeah, what could he do to mitigate that kind of rust?
You can take it down to the Toyota store and see if it's worked bad enough that they would consider.
You should. What dealership would you take it to, guys?
What part of town's he in?
Yeah, where are you at, Joe?
Well, I'm in Glenwood. There's only one dealership up here.
Well, just go talk to him.
Yeah, talk to him. Say, hey, look at this. Here's what I do. I'd ask them if they could reach out to the manufacturer for you and see if they're willing to do everything. You've been a Toyota fan forever, and you read there's some issues on these. Is there anything they can do for you? And then also ask them exactly what you ask these guys. Like, what can I do so it doesn't get worse?
Well, the recall that he's talking about, it actually has a stop date. Customers will have until March 31st of 2016. So this thing's long since dead.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
When did you get them to cover yours, Rod?
It was after the deadline, but they couldn't give it back to me because of safety. So they basically just took care of it.
They went to take it apart.
Right.
The front end
right.
falls out.
Are there any other things I should look at before, to keep an eye on?
Well, they do sell different products, a corrosion resistance thing that you can purchase and spray your frame down.
Wow, that sounds crazy. Joel, it is what it is, man. And like Jeff said, maybe talk someone at a body shop. I mean, those guys deal with rust constantly. I don't know about here as much. We don't really get rust, do we?
No, cars coming from out of state is the only thing.
Yeah. But other than that, all right. Hey, Larry, you're up right after this. 303-713-TALK.
Afraid to lift them.
Salt Lake, the same way. Some of the Salt Lake cars.
Have you ever lifted a car and it screwed it up because it was so bad? God dang.
Just kind of collapsing themselves.
Yeah, just the lift goes right into it. Yeah. It looks solid when you put, and they get quick. They kick the legs under and kick them up and start going up. And the car wasn't moving and the lift was.
Well,
it's not a good sign.
No.
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't like that when I brought it here.
I would think I would get that car flagged, though. Have an officer come over and tag it so they're not allowed to drive it.
Yeah, I don't know. I lucked out because I can't remember what I paid for it, but it was just one of those cars that I knew I was going to lose my shorts in that one. And when they did that, ecstatic.
Great Western Buildings. I bought one of these probably 7 years ago, a little pre-COVID, and I absolutely love it. I got one for our RV. Mine is a 54 by 32 or something like that, but it fits any kind of RV. Then the other side, I can put all of our other toys or tractors and all the other crap you have when you live out on some property. And I'll tell you what, the building looks like it did when they first erected it 7 years ago. I love it. It's 100% American steel. It's got a lifetime structural warranty, and it's backed by a 40-year paint and finish warranty. It literally looks exactly like it did when these guys put it up. It's a family-owned company right here in Colorado, and they can build you any kind of steel building you want, anything, and they do everything in-house. They own the manufacturing plant right here in Colorado, over 120,000 square foot facility in Grand Junction. They employ about 200 people in Colorado. They have in-house engineering license in all 50 states. We're really lucky. They build them here, but they ship them all around the country. Don't deal with these jokers that always have something in stock that's exactly what you need. You want to deal with someone that's honest. You want to deal with someone that's going to give you the best price out there. And by the way, everything's solid web I-beam construction, true steel buildings, not that tube crap. You want to call these guys if you want anything from a carport to a training facility for your NFL team. GreatWesternBuildings.com. You're going to love them. GreatWesternBuildings.com.
Are they related to Great Western Homes?
I don't know who that is.
They're a modular company.
No. These guys do nothing but all steel buildings.
It's amazing how quick they can throw those up, too.
They had mine delivered. The whole thing got delivered probably within 4 weeks. And then once they start putting it up, now mine's on a true foundation. So that once I had my foundation done by a foundation guy. Once that was done, the building goes up so fast.
Yeah, the red steel goes up and then the siding just flies.
These guys come out and they just know how to pick these parts up. It's like an old Lincoln Logs, man, or an erector set. That thing will outlive my house. That'll outlive me. That damn building, there's nothing that can go wrong with it. I guess you had a really bad hailstorm. You might have a few little dents on the roof, but who cares? Yeah. They put insulation in it. It's really cool.
Does it have a heater?
What's that?
Does it have a heater?
No, I was going to put a big propane furnace in it. And what I realized is I bought it literally for my bus. So how I heat my bus so it doesn't freeze, it's got heated tile floors, and it's got a store setting. So when you put it on the store setting, it heats the floors, which heats all the cabins underneath and the unit itself at above 45 to 50 degrees. It keeps it right there. And what I noticed is after the first year, if it's on, it brings my entire garage up to 45, 50 degrees. It literally is the heater for my garage. And I don't do anything in the garage, besides store stuff in the winter for the most part.
Mm-hmm.
But no, you can put in a nice, back when I was pricing them, I could have put in a nice propane furnace for about, I think it was like $5,000. If you were out there, if it was like your workshop, you'd want one in there.
Yeah.
Mine's so loaded up in winter, my trailer's in there, motorcycle, everything's in there. But then half of it all comes out and comes into the yard once summer's here. Like my trailer, I only keep it in there during the winter.
So does it get hot in there in the summer?
Nah, not really.
Not too bad?
Nah, we got so many trees around us. It never gets really direct sunlight. Which kind of sucks because our driveway, if I don't go out and basically, even if it's only 4 inches, if I don't get rid of it, as soon as it starts melting, man, it's ice skating.
How big is the garage?
It's a little bigger than 30 by 50.
That's pretty big.
So the biggest thing you can have on the road without a break in the axle is 50 feet. Or, I'm sorry, 45 feet.
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing bigger. Like an RTD bus is going to be 45. They have bigger ones where they're pulling that other part. They got like that xylophone.
Right.
That's the brake.
Okay.
So you can have stuff that's longer, but not on one axle.
Mm.
Mine's kind of cool because when I turn it, it's got these tires that drop down and actually turn with the front tires. So the turning radius is way better than my old one that was only 38 feet long. This one's 45. My 38-foot one was like driving something way bigger because it didn't have the back wheels turning with the front wheels.
All-wheel steering.
Kind of. What are those axles called? It's not a tandem. That just means two. What the fuck are those where they drop down?
I used to call them cheaters, but I don't think that's the...
I can't think of the name of them. They're pretty cool, though. You notice it. Huge.
Come promotion period. That's drive to 323232. Text drive to 323232 now.
Address hair loss for the same simple one-day treatment I received. AdvancedHair.com.
All right, 303-713-8255. Don't forget, and I mean this, help at troubleshooter.com. Please get all your email questions in about anything. Maybe you need help with, child custody or divorce. We have great attorneys for that. How about any kind of real estate problems? We have great attorneys that can help you with that. Personal injury, we've got lots of great attorneys. You're getting the idea. Referrallist.com. But any questions you have, please help at troubleshooter.com. I do want to tell you about one more company today, and that's Denver Regen. These guys have the best weight loss I have ever seen. In fact, I personally used them last year. It was about the 5th of January, 2025. I was on the GLP-1s for 8 months. I dropped over 40 pounds. I have been off of it since early August, and I have put back on 8 pounds. So I lost 43, put back on 8, and I've been holding steady there, period. In fact, I'm actually losing a little weight now. You know what killed me, Kevin? You know what killed me, Jeff? God.
Sourdough bread?
Dang. Oh, that's true. That's true. My wife's been killing me with that. But no, December, November, man.
Oh, yeah.
God. Thanksgiving and people coming over and just everything is crap.
Food.
It's nothing but food.
Yep.
It's ice cream, it's cakes, it's pies, it's meats, it's bacon, it's everything.
It's good.
So I put a little back on, but I'm pleased to say I was kind of worried. I've heard people go, oh, I lost 30 pounds and I was off of it for, 5 weeks and I gained 30 pounds. No, it's not true. In fact, they have stuff they put in. They kind of have their own special concoction over there, but for less than $300 a month. Everything, doctor's visits, everything's included. Great people, Dr. Joel, DenverRegen.com, DenverRegen.com. Now I'm going to go directly to Larry. Hey, Larry, what is going on with you?
I'm calling about some safety, safety recall things.
I've been going through with Ford since about the turn of the year, December of last year. And I keep calling down to say, is it ready?
What's the year, make, model?
2022 Ford Bronco 2-door.
And what was the recall about? Why did you bring it back in?
I brought it back in because of there was rear shock absorber. It may experience corrosion between the external reservoir and the mounting flange and the damper body, resulting in possible separation of the external reservoir. Customers may experience a bouncy ride, noise, or leaking fluid.
So you brought it back.
That wasn't the only.
Well, hold on, though. You brought it back to the dealer based on that safety issue, and how long have they had it?
Well, I finally went. They had it for a couple days. I took it in around December, and I went to get it, and they said, "Well, there are parts that we can't get a hold of." And they did the same thing on another recall I had from them about infotainment screen may freeze, followed by a black screen and system reboot.
What does that mean if you're driving?
Well,
I mean, guys, does the radio go off, or all of a sudden nothing works?
No, just the radio, just the info
just
center.
the info box or whatever. So, are you driving it now, or it's still at the dealer? It is, right?
No, I bought it home. I said, I got to get some places during the day.
Yeah, so what's your question for us? If they simply don't have the parts, guys, how often do we hear this now?
Constant.
It's crazy.
But they shouldn't be scheduling it in without parts.
No, that was dumb.
Yeah.
That was dumb.
Inspect it and then send it back and make an appointment when the parts show up. We do it every day.
Yeah, it's absolutely. I don't know how they get away with it, unless if it's under 2 years and you can go under the lemon law. There's really not much you can do. You're beholden to this Ford company at this point.
I guess I became kind of more alert to it when I received in the mail from Bill Long Ford a letter about extension program that are offering for any mechanical work need to be done.
Now, wait, is that through? Wait a second, is that part of the Ford deal, or is that like something they're trying to sell you? I don't understand what you're talking about. Like when Hyundai had problems with oil consumption, if you own something in that VIN range, they would simply extend your warranty to 120 or 150,000 miles. Are they basically offering you something like that, or are they trying to sell you something?
They're offering me this. So it said here, I got it. It doesn't have a damn date. April 2025, your Ford Bronco extended service plan, vehicle service plan. After that date, we'd not be able to honor the service contract. Well, I never had one for them. I didn't take it from them. I just was moving on to my own thing. When vehicles expire out of factory warranty due to time or mileage, the service plan provides coverage beyond the original manufacturer.
They're just trying to sell you a service plan. I wouldn't get okey-doked into that, and I'm not even sure that would cover the problem you're having.
It's not. It's a recall that he's having.
That safety recall, once they get parts for it, they have to fix it, and they will fix it. I wouldn't buy anything else from them.
Yeah, and the parts availability for that only really started coming out in August, so it's a good to reason that they probably do have low availability.
But they should have them rolling off.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean that I can get 10 today. I might be able to get 1.
Yeah, I got you. So I bet you get it pretty quick, Larry, as far as the parts. I mean, us calling over to the dealership is going to do nothing because they simply can't get the parts from Ford. I mean, you're kind of just stuck between a rock and a hard place. Luckily, you can still drive your vehicle.
Yeah, but I'm uncomfortable doing it.
I'd be uncomfortable doing it too, but this is a predicament we find ourselves in. Not just you, lots of callers all the time. They might have a vehicle with 12,000 miles on it, and it has a transmission problem, and they can't get parts for that transmission. You simply can't get them under warranty because the manufacturer doesn't have them. Hell, during COVID, we had people call in, their vehicle was gone a year. They weren't able to use their vehicle for a year. Think about that. That's how crazy that stuff is. Kevin Calkin, Sheridan, Auto Tech, your warranty.
Yep.
3 years.
36,000.
36,000 miles nationwide. On anything you guys do.
Correct.
And you could do anything the dealers can do on any kind of vehicle.
Yeah, except for the warranty work.
Well, of course.
Yeah, sure.
And anything you do, of course, doesn't break any manufacturer's warranties.
No.
They might as well come to you for a brake job. Yeah. They might as well come to you for anything.
And we keep perfect records of your vehicle.
So alternators, starters, brake jobs, alignments, engines,
water pumps,
diagnostics, any year, make, model for the most part.
Just nothing older than 2000.
So 1979 Granada.
You just said 19.
My 1970 Granada is leaking a little oil. Can you help me out?
Too bad, so sad.
Jeff Vick, Kimmer Transmission. How much do you save people in general? Say they go to, let's just take who just called a 22 Ford Bronco. Let's say he's got 100,000 on it and needs a transmission. What do you think the dealer's going to charge? Where would you be at?
I mean, you can start off with just, what dealer labor rates, probably around 230, 240. We're 175. So your savings start as soon as you walk in the door.
Instantly. And you guys also, do you have any deals right now on the transmission services?
No, right now we don't have any deals available. We're thinking about cooking one up here for, in about a couple of weeks.
Okay, but these guys, it's very important to get the transmission services done, and he can service all of them, pretty much you name it. Even automatic transmissions, you guys can do clutches. Is there anything really maintenance-wise on a standard or a manual?
You still want to change the fluid inside.
The fluid.
Yeah.
So when they say lifetime fluid, it's all crap.
Well, it is lifetime if you wait until it breaks down.
Yeah. JFR Cars. I'm going to talk to you guys right after this. I'm going to tell everybody what you can do for them.
You guys remember when BMW used to do 10-year oil changes?
Oh, yeah.
And were bragging about that?
Well, they took the dipstick out of the car. You can't even check your oil.
They really advertised a 10-year oil change?
10-year warranty.
How long ago was that?
No, not 10-year warranty. You didn't have to change your oil for 10 years.
I don't understand. Your engine oil.
Yeah.
You literally, they would say once every 10 years.
I think it was 10,000 miles. I don't think it was 10 years.
Well, it's about the same, 10,000 miles a year on
if you only
car.
drive 1,000 miles a year, why do you have a car?
Joseph A. Lazare, I'm going to tell you what, you need a criminal defense attorney. I want you to call Joe. I have personally known Joe now for, easily 11, 12, 13 years. And here's what I love about him. He can help you out if you got in trouble with, say, a DUI or maybe child abuse, maybe murder. And I'm not kidding. He has represented every fashion you can imagine, and he's great at his job. And here's why. He knows all the judges. He knows all the DAs. And yes, that counts. They respect him. So if you're guilty, he's going to get you or cut you the best deal you can possibly get from anybody. And if you're innocent, he knows how to get in front of a jury or maybe even just the DA's office and prove your innocence. And he has flat rate pricing. You're going to know what you're going to spend with Joe. Most attorneys would never do that. Maybe you got hit with a DUI. You call Joe up. He's going to tell you what he can do for you and how much it is. 720-809-6262. 720-809-8262. I'll do Vestera after this. 15s are going to kill me. I am so not used to a 15 live. In fact, honestly, they shouldn't sell 15 lives. At least not during this show. I'm going to start booking 8-second lives.
I can name it in 7 seconds.
You know what? He's genius, though, because he knows we're going to be doing them longer than 15. You need to tell your sales rep, I want 15-second lives.
Make sure Mark does them.
Yeah.
That way we get 25 seconds.
Somebody on here did want to know what song is rattling around in your head when you start air drumming.
Oh God, no real songs.
No real songs?
It's a riff. Usually it's a riff that I used to play on the guitar, but it was just something I made up. VesteraTurnkey.com. You ever want to be a property owner? You ever want to be a landlord, but you know nothing about it? Well, Barry can help you out with that. He finds the right house in the right area, in the right part of the country, an up-and-coming area where the house or home is going to appreciate very, very quickly. He figures the right people to help you rent it out and keep everything cool. You'll cash flow it to basically service the loan for a couple of years as it's appreciating. Then you sell it. You make the big bucks, and a lot of people start adding more and more homes after that. We actually have people that have been using Barry for years that are making 40 to 50% annual returns with them. You got to check out the program. Call up Barry, VesteraTurnkey.com, VesteraTurnkey.com. If you go back to the shop, you go right home.
No, I'll go back to the shop. That's what, I mean, the reason I usually come every other week is because I'll usually take off early when we're heading up to the cabin.
Got it.
And so I don't like to, come in here for 4 hours, go in there, cut payroll, and then turn around, cut out. So.
Do you go back to the shop usually?
It's usually something I got to deal with.
Do you guys have an office you really show up to?
Us?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So you guys are really 9 to 5ers?
I mean, we're independent contractors. We do our own hours, but I go in every day.
Do you have like a golf cart and smoke a cigarette?
No. We should get one of those, though.
I think you'd be much more happy with an electric Polaris.
Yeah. We all remember those days. I don't give a shit. You pull up to any dealership, they pull up smoking a cigarette on a golf cart and show you the lot.
6 of them.
Rocky's
They're coming
Auto.
from all fucking directions.
Yeah.
I tell you to go stand on the point.
Rocky's was the first one to have like the arcade games and everything for the kids and the popcorn and the movie playing. Get those parents out there in that golf cart.
What happened to it? They were like the biggest used car.
The family went bad. The one kid committed suicide.
Oh.
The whole thing just was horrible, man.
Fell apart overnight, just about.
Yeah.
Plus, he never got out of that old carnival thing. He never.
Yeah, Shaggy and.
He never changed it. Like the rest of the industry grew into something nicer, and he never changed that carnival atmosphere. Literally. Yeah, the Shag Man, the whole bit. You know, the Shag Man used to be in here on Fridays. Like,
We were in there a few times with him.
yeah.
What's that for?
Don't know. I mean, I used to be astounded. Like, he couldn't. He didn't bring much to the conversation.
That's a nice way to put it,
Yeah.
He wasn't a car guy then. He's
a Shag Man.
But he wasn't a car guy.
No, he's just a gimmick.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's what I
totally.
meant.
Yeah. He was there for the kids.
Right.
And now he's doing 5 years.
Yeah, how does that look on a job application, right? So Rocky's closes, you've been doing the same gig for 20 years, and you're like, what was your I was a Shag Man. So what, you move around cars? No.
I was the Shag Man.
I was a Shag Man. You saw me.
They were on all the time.
God, they were. They spent so much on advertising.
Well, they were it.
They were it.
There was a point of time they were moving, like, it was ridiculous, 500 to 1,000 cars a month.
Wow.
Think of those numbers.
Wow.
They're unheard of. They got to the point where they were like 15.
Best Car Buys and them together were the whole used.
I forgot about Best Car Buys.
Yeah. And same thing, Best Car Buys kid took over. And
Went to hell. And then everybody started popping.
they
CarMax.
had that big place down on Alameda.
Who's the one with the vending machine thing?
Carvana.
Carvana. Those are cool.
S&P
Yeah,
500
can't be much resale on those things. A used vending machine.
used car vending.
All right, folks, 303-713-8255, help at troubleshooter.com, Rod Greer, Bob Perry, JFRcars.com. We're going to be back here next week kicking butt right here on the Troubleshooter Network.